liftoff, the final liftoff of Atlantis. What is happening? I know I'm late. I'm always late to my own shit. I'm the only white guy that runs on colored people time. I know I'm late. I get it. But remember, I am spiritually Italian. So that might be why I'm constantly late to my own shit. That might be why. But we got a special show for you tonight. I want to do this at least once a week. I want to at least do this at least once a week. Yeah. So the show that we got spiritually, shut up. Yeah, I see you in the back chat. Orthodox. All right. Spiritually Italian. All right. So what we got today is we are doing a blood sports debate open panel. Anyone can pop up. Here are the general rules. $20 to remove someone for 30 minutes, $50 to remove someone for an hour, $100 is a permanent removal for the entire night. How this works is I have set topics that I'm not going to release until the time is right. I am not spiritually brown, sir. I will ask these questions or ask these topics, right? And we will cycle through these topics. Hopefully you guys will debate on these topics. And at the end of the night, I will put up a U poll in the chat. And then whoever wins that poll, whoever performed the best out of the entire debate will be crowned the champion for this week. And then it will be next week. Great format. Love it. Also, if that's too steep for you, there's also these fucking people, dude. Fucking people, dude. I swear to God. Anyways, if that's too steep for you, you can $2 Cash App to, change people's names around to whatever you want, all of that. My Cash App will be going along the bottom of the screen. Or if you don't want to give shit, that's fine. And if someone's annoying, you're going to have to deal with them being annoying. That's that. That is that. All righty. Let's do this. Get rid of that. All right, we already got packs in the back. Go get Shenard. Do it. Get Shenard. I don't care. All right. First person. Like I said, it's pinned at the top of the YouTube.
Person? I'm not a person. I'm a thing.
You're right. You're German. You're right. At the top of the...
So are you, Anglo. You're just lesser.
No, we're better. We're better. Okay.
You're mad. Stay mad. You. How could you be spiritually Italian?
Yes, I'm spiritually Italian. I like pasta, and I tend to be, I like fiestas, right? I'm spiritually Italian, okay? You can do whatever you want. John Vance. You can literally do whatever you want. Obviously, don't get the channel nuked, right? Don't get the channel nuked. I have to say that, please, for the love of God. But you can do whatever you want. Jump up on the panel, right? until we get at least one more fucking person, which the other person should be coming in pretty soon. Where is this?
Was it Jay? So why did you ask me to be here for this?
Because you like to debate, bro.
Not anymore. Debating's gay.
Yeah, but you like yelling at people.
Nah, not anymore. I'm all about that peace life now, bro. I've been smoking a lot of weed and playing with AI music. I'm all on that peace and harmony jive.
The hippies got him. The hippies got him.
After the year I had with my father dying, yes, I don't give a shit anymore.
Panfusa, cam up. Not cam up, but get up here. John Vance, I know you can. John Vance, that was the Canadian guy from last time, right? I'm pretty sure that was the Canadian guy from last time.
I don't remember.
You know why you don't remember? Because you've been smoking a lot of weed. That's why.
Look, man, in this house, we love weed, okay? No, I haven't been smoking much weed. I switched to a new job. Like I said, I got the $100K a year job, so I haven't been smoking. There we go.
What's up, Panfusa? What's up,
Hello
buddy?
there. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Weed is gay.
Is weed gay?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you could be the arbiter of what's gay.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you know what I mean by that.
No, I don't. What do you mean by that?
What's up, John Vance? How's it going?
That is the Canadian guy. He was cool. I like talking to him.
Hey, how's it going?
Kind of Canadian.
How's it going?
I was speaking to my Canadian friend from Newfoundland today, and we was talking about like the logistics if it were to actually happen, like Canada get annexed. And like I brought up a good point with him, and I think that it would all hinge on what we do with Greenland, because I know Trump like legitimately does want to get Greenland, and I think
Greenland, Canada, and the Panama Canal back.
Well, no, I know Canada and the Panama Canal, like realistically, those is what he wants back. And the Panama Canal should be taken back because Panama isn't keeping up with their end of the bargain.
Jimmy Carter sold that shit for $1.
I on my Twitter feed right now, I got like people that are just like, I have this like one guy, he's wearing a vest, a bulletproof vest. He's like, Mr. Trump, I like your politics, but let me tell you something. If you think you're going to invade Canada, you're going to have to bring an army of angels.
It would be realistically easy as shit for the United States military. We wouldn't legitimately, we would not even have to pull any of our military away from foreign occupied bases.
400,000 active duty versus 220,000 active duty.
Literally, even Canada has ran simulations back in the 50s, and the only time that they won was with nuclear weapons. And the thing is, with nuclear weapons, no one wins. It would be
it doesn't even have nuclear weapons, though.
Exactly, they disarmed them fucking selves. So the thing is that they literally could not fucking win. Because literally 80% of their population consists on our fucking borders.
That's true. All right, let's get to the first topic, guys. Let's get the first topic. There's plenty enough people here now.
You want me to get Jay? You want me to go get Jay?
I mean, if you want to go get Jay.
Yeah, I'll mute and call him.
Mute and call his ass. Said he's going to be here. It's fine, though. I'm going to run this topic real fast, though. Is violence necessary in revolution?
Yes.
Because this has been a very, very big topic, right? Especially with a lot of retarded conservatives, okay? But is violence necessary in revolution?
Yes. How the fuck do you have a revolution without violence?
Panfusa, with ideas, okay?
Thank you very much. Sure. Thank you. Sure. Thank you.
Sure.
Angle gang.
My ideas. See, here's the thing. My ideas are so I believe that my ideas. I should enforce my ideas.
Once you use violence, you lose the argument.
I don't care. Me ne frego. You know, I might makes right. Fuck you.
Hey, how's it going, niggers?
Immediately. gone.
Oh man, bro, that was peak content though.
I know. But shit's gonna
First
get
episode already banned.
First episode already banned.
But I don't think does anyone disagree with that idea that yes is in fact purpose of in order to have a revolution.
You don't have to have violence. You don't. You can have
There's like
nonviolent.
different revolutions. Like there's, like I could think of the Quiet Revolution in Quebecois history, but then that descended into the FLQ crisis in the 1970s. So
Fuck
Yeah, but
cares
so much for my
are the
fucking
Quebecois
Quiet
even
Revolution.
human? Are the
Who the
Quebecois
fuck
even
cares
human?
about
They're
Acadians?
French. Yeah, but I'm saying they're French. Are
They're
they even
Catholics, sir. They're Catholics.
Even fucking worse. Even fucking worse.
They have nice
Yo.
churches.
And
Yeah.
Catholics aren't
they're
that
fucking
bad compared to
weak and
Protestants,
liberal.
okay?
Actually,
Yeah.
Bumpkin, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use.
I know
my,
that's usually for the Protestants.
I'm gonna use my song making software to make Orthodox chants based again.
Using AI to make Orthodox chants based.
Well, the thing is that we're talking about in a modern
Well, they're
situation.
already based.
We're talking about in a modern situation. A revolution would not be a fucking idea-based revolution. This isn't the bloodless revolution in fucking the UK. We are at a political climate.
I
to
disagree
where-
with you when like 90% of your population is obese, and then on top of that, they're not only obese, but they can't fight.
Who
I
said it
think-
would be 90? Who would? Well, that's the thing. Who said it would be majority of the
3%.
population? that are
3%
fighting?
of the population it takes to overthrow the government.
It really, realistically, the 3% of what, like almost 400 million
I
people. How
bet.
much is that? 3% of almost 400 million people. How
Well,
many fucking people
not-
is that?
Well, not 90% of people are obese. Another 9% are drug addicts and too poor to even do anything. And then that 1% that are like in the military are like welfare drones. So once they get out of the military, they're
Well,
not gonna
don't you have to be politically neutered to be in the military, though?
Yes and no. Like people
No.
do maintain their political beliefs, but you just have to keep them quiet if they're
Yeah,
not
right.
if they're not conservative or Democrat.
Yeah.
Leaning.
Well, that's the thing. But it's like, well, what is the realistic Like, the thing is, it's funny. Mexico has a higher obesity rating than America. But what's the obesity rating in America right now? Like 47%?
Well, I know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I am on the downward trend of that. I've lost a lot of weight
Good for
last year.
So have I. But just maintaining upon the topic, even if we had 3% of 400 million people, which I don't know the exact number, that's almost more than the entire personnel of the United States fucking military.
You gotta
Yeah, it wouldn't
understand the
be-
quality of the person, bro. Because like the thing is, like not only to have a revolution, not only do you have to have the ideological backing and beliefs to fight, but you also have to have the will to even fucking do anything to
Well,
begin
yeah.
with.
I don't think most people have the will because they're too comfortable in their positions.
Well,
I think
yeah,
most
Roman-
people would just rather be keyboard warriors, and I hate to say it, win the argument. And I think a lot of people actually believe that they can have a revolution through ideas, which can happen. But
in
when your
in the
opponent is
theoretical.
ruthless
So,
and
3%,
Machiavellian, it's
3%
almost-
of
yeah.
400 million is 12 million people. By the way,
Yeah, 12 million people. At a certain point, yes, the equipment might not be like at the same level as the United States military, but still, 12 million fucking people. That's a lot of fucking people. That's
well, you do,
that-
like
if 12 million people rose up tomorrow and hell had guns and had we're in fighting capability, that is the largest fucking army in the world.
but 12 million people willing to fight are then again still nothing to do without the logistics, the economic basis, or the will to fight. Because like you got to understand, one of the problems with the American Revolution was that the vast majority of the people who picked up arms were not trained soldiers; they were irregulars, and the militia, time and time again, broke ranks and fled.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that
shit.
they
Didn't
wouldn't.
even see it back
The
there.
thing is that's the kind of idea behind it, is that in order to have that revolution, the base groundworks must be appropriate, must be built
Okay.
to supply.
Right. Love where this conversation is going, but the topic was: is violence necessary in revolution?
No, it's not.
Like
Really?
physical violence or like structural,
Or
like
words
structural
that hurt
damage.
people's feelings.
No. I'm talking like hacking systems, and that's probably more effective. Would that be considered
Well, in the modern
violence
terms, yeah.
if you hack a system and render operations like
It's
accelerationism?
violence to the establishment. That's it. But none of that shit really
Yeah.
matters. These people
Or would accelerationism be a form of violence?
Accelerationism
No.
is gay.
it's fucking retarded. People that just sit whack and wait for the system to collapse. It's retarded.
Especially
what if you
those- especially if
facilitated-
those same-
What if you
Well, yeah, even
facilitated
facilitating
accelerationism?
No,
it's still just
still
gay
retarded.
because those are Satanist retards that just want to be violent against their fellow citizens. They're not gonna build anything better.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're not actively trying to go in the military, go into real estate, go to school, you're not doing anything. So I don't even want to hear when people talk about revolution. If you're not doing these things, have not done these things.
Yeah, if you're not building a system in which to replace the current system, a parallel economy, let's get violence out of the question. There's not going to be a grand revolution. There's not going to be the revolution will not be televised because it will not be coming. You just don't have the current type of man for it.
Yeah, but the question is violence necessary to have a
Like
revolution?
I'm not proposing that there should be a violent insurrection, guys.
I don't think anybody
like the
January
French Revolution.
6th. January
French
6th,
Revolution.
this time the guillotines.
like I'm talking just revolution, because where this question stems from, right? Where this question stems from is you saw a lot of this rhetoric around, right? Luigi shooting a CEO, right? And you saw a lot of mainstream conservatives saying violence is never an option.
Oh my goodness!
So that's where this.
What about the death
stems from.
penalty for treason? That would be considered violence, would that
Hold
not?
on. Base
But that's
comment
not-
from Great White North, Reed Sorrell. Yeah, Reed
I
Sorrell.
wonder who that is.
Is that? Hold on. Is that someone?
That's one of my Canadian feds there.
Mike, is it someone that we know?
I mean, who else says Reed Sorrell?
Okay,
Let's
base. Our base Italian. Our Italian needs to come up and have a conversation. But yeah, violence is necessary if you're pushed to it. I mean, it's necessary if we're pushed to that end as a people. This country is not pushed to the point of violence that you would see in, say, like the Spanish Civil War or in Germany or in these other places we've seen historically. We haven't been pushed to that yet. Eventually, it will come, but the conditions they're just not right for it. People have not been pushed to that level just yet.
All right, you guys, is everyone ready for the next topic?
Yeah, let's go.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Here we go, baby. Should America militarily invade Greenland?
Why? That's retarded.
Go.
No, not at
No.
all. It's not
So
even
we have to-
necessary.
Who are we gonna invade?
Who
A
we
bunch
fighting?
of
Like
fucking
some-
Inuits who live in one spot?
We're gonna fight
Fighting
penguins and
icicles,
build
dude.
dams over fucking kites.
We're gonna
Not-
fight the
well-
beavers. The only one that's gonna fight is maybe the beavers, the bears there. Who the fuck is
The
gonna
fucking Inuits, it's like, even then, wouldn't that technically? Because
How many Inuits are left?
I'm gonna say they should
Yeah.
bring the military in order to secure that trade route from the Chinese and the Russians.
We don't even have
don't
to.
want that. What are you talking
We don't even
about?
have to
Russians don't want that.
invade. Our military is already there. Like the
I-
fuck?
isn't Greenland still a domain of the Danish crown?
It is.
Correct.
It's a Danish
That is-
territory.
Yes.
Because Denmark is a part of NATO. Correct.
It's so much
Cares
easier
about
just to
that?
buy it. So much
Just
easier just to
fine.
buy it.
Are we
How would we?
invading?
How would we?
And
how would
even
we?
if-
Yeah.
How would you buy it? I mean, honestly,
No, I'm not saying.
You-
how
okay. How
would
about
we
this?
buy
How
it.
about this? Instead we say,
I
I mean,
all right,
okay,
instead we
you
say,
do need a
we won't give you weapons
military
anymore if you're
presence
not willing to
there.
sell it
Let's
to
say
us.
that.
Has to
Well,
be
we
said.
We already have a military. We already have that, and we don't do anything. Nobody gives a fuck over it. No one wants to.
We
Or-
also
Nobody
still
wants
have
to
a
be there.
military
You could
presence in
trade more than
Panama.
just.
It's like the
You could
worst
trade more
deployment
than
ever
just
been.
It's just
visit
a claim,
Wants to be
a
there.
war of words.
Well, the thing is that
Arabs.
we're also a part of NATO. Attacking another NATO country, wouldn't that
Well, it's
like
been
really?
done. It's been done before. Look at Greece and Turkey.
mean,
It's been done before. Nobody cared when they did, so
Buy it.
we're not going to
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, no, I'm with Jay.
NATO.
Just buy it. And yeah,
No,
Andre's
just buy
right.
it.
We own
Yeah.
NATO. Like,
Just-
what the
Just buy
fuck?
it.
Yeah, a
Like
little bit of,
you really,
little bit of
I mean,
context.
honestly, you really want to sit there and get the bad publicity of having either American troops die or civilians die for what? It's not
Some
worth
fuck-
it.
One troop dies from what,
Not
slipping
worth
on
it.
a fucking icicle? Like, wow,
We would die
That's
more
too
than
much.
fucking
Medal
a
of Honor. I
trip.
slipped on some ice. I bet to distinguish
I think
myself
the real question would be,
What?
how much would it cost to buy Greenland?
Well, I
depends
mean,
on
we
the-
could
the
ask how
value of
much
the
things
The
cost.
resources there, yeah. The resources there, the strategic value of it, it's all that could be assessed. But I don't know because we haven't seen this in modern times in a very long while. So
Well, yeah, we live.
I heard there's
because
some like
of
underground
the-
civilizations there in Greenland.
because of the
Basement.
Russian invasion of
Basement.
Ukraine. We're
I'm saying
literally
basement.
living.
fuck.
Basement would be 500 billion. Basement.
Well, we're
Like
living in
basement.
a new age of expansion, so it might be the point where we just take it. It might get to that. If it
See,
becomes
well,
the
the
chance to national security and like Chinese and Russia, they start looking at it lustfully.
There's
we might
Chinese
just-
bases in Canada already.
Well, if that's the case, then we should fucking
Yeah, it's in they're in Cold Lake, Alberta. They fly their planes there all the time.
The
Nuke
thing is that
Canada.
you wouldn't
Nuke
even if we would militarily invade it, it would take a day at most because literally 90% of the population live at one fucking point because Greenland's entirely almost uninhabitable.
Sir, it's 3 cities, sir.
For now.
It's 3 cities.
They're all close to fucking together. That's the point. And the thing is that like not only has the Danish basically said no, they already said no, even though the official deal has not even been sent to them. They already said no. So unless we want to go to war with the Danish, which honestly wouldn't be hard, the thing is that if we did buy it, cool, great. But the thing is that yes, the strategic resources, but besides that, what else is that giving us?
It's more towards what Trump wants for his presidency. I mean, we already know the Trump presidency is going to be fucking extremely gay. So
Oh,
make
yeah.
it less gay is he wants to solidify his presidency by getting another territorial, adding something to the star, adding another star to the flag, right? That'd be Canada, it'd be Greenland, that'd be, I don't know, if we take all of Panama, that would be fucking base. Cool. But we're going to see something is going to be added to the United States underneath this 4 years. Give Greenland to Israel.
Israel
Ukraine,
or-
fuck no. Oh.
No, at north of Colombia, the Caribbean, Greenland, and Canada, it should all be American.
Why should we
Well,
stop there?
that
We should
leads
just
it. That,
expand.
that
New
leads into the
Zealand,
next-
Philippines, right?
No,
Well,
this-
why don't we just take annex Taiwan while we're at it?
No,
Mm.
hell
It
no.
honestly would
That's-
be a better fucking option. Than
No, you told me when we were talking about this that we couldn't have Japan, Jay, and I said, no.
I didn't say that.
Is on its
I didn't
own.
say that. Hold on. I didn't say that. He said that.
Okay, this
I
leads
didn't
to the
say
next. This is the next topic. All right. Should America take back the Panama Canal?
I mean, obviously,
Yes.
yeah. Like
100 fucking percent.
See, that one should be easier to get a hold of. Actually,
What is
that one should
taking
be
back?
easier to buy.
We're not
Well,
taking
no,
back anything.
we-
We're just,
we're-
it's already ours.
We're repossessing. We're repoing.
That's all it is, right?
We're
Like,
repoing the canal.
literally. The thing is
it's like,
that
it's like giving a friend a PlayStation controller. I just want it back. This is mine. I bought this.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
what Jimmy Carter sold the Panama Canal. correct?
You know what? If
Yeah.
Trump should be Trump, somebody should make a meme where Trump just puts a lizard lick towing fucking tow truck to the Panama Canal. Like we're taking it back.
Well,
repoed.
like logistically,
Pay
it
your
was
bills.
very fucking stupid of us to get rid of one of the most important fucking canals in the Western Hemisphere.
For the time, it made sense. For the time, because we were being world hegemon, we were trying to play nice. We were trying to make sure our economic policies worked. We wanted to ease tensions and make sure that the world thought the canal would be totally neutral.
And that's where we are today. We're a fucking bitch ass nation who wants to roll over, and we need to stop fucking doing that. The thing is that the Panama, logistically and pragmatically, It was a very stupid decision by a very stupid, like horrible fucking president. Great guy Jimmy Carter was, but horrible.
I told Jay I lived less than like 15 minutes from
Bro,
Jimmy
that
Carter
was a
and
piece of shit, man.
made jokes, and the next day he died, and Jay was like, "Dude, call me right now." I'm
What'd
like,
you do?
I was like, yo, for real. I for real hit him up. I was like, bro, like, this ain't you, right?
And
We had this conversation 24 hours before. Like, this ain't you, right?
I fucked with him. I waited like a day to call him.
What's up, man?
But
Okay.
it's like, even then, it's like, it's like the British giving up the fucking Suez was a very dumb idea for their economy. And the Americans we gave like two very powerful nations, Britain literally being the only hyperpower in the world for a point, gave up the most strategic fucking areas and economical powerhouses they could have possibly done, and now look at what their fucking countries have become.
I say
Britain making the decisions they did were actually pretty good for their nation, honestly, because they weren't going to be able to deal with all the insurrection, all the problems that were going to come what they deal with today in Africa. So it made sense for Britain to give up. It was better for them to give it up.
But the thing is that
they also did the France route, and they had a fucking hidden colonial system because the U.S. was demanding decolonialization.
Yeah, but look how well that's working out for France right now. Like,
Yeah.
France is going to be mired.
Yeah,
in
it worked
Africa
out
for the next 30 years.
great. It worked out great for France until Russia's like, "Hey, I want to be a superpower again," and China's like, "I also want to be superpower."
Not really. It's like the people kind of forget the French are at war with like multiple different fucking nations in Africa with insurrectionist groups. Like the entire French Foreign Legion is literally just stationed in Africa fighting insurrection groups.
It always was, though. The majority of French Foreign Legion has always been in Africa and the Mali
but
region.
even today, we're still having that shit. But the thing is, with the Panama Canal, going back over to the topic.
Who's we? I'm not French.
I was about to say, like, who's we?
I'm a human. I am human.
What do you mean by we?
I am French.
I don't fuck with these people.
Of any of the territories to purchase, I think the easiest would be the Panama Canal.
Yeah,
we shouldn't purchase it though. We shouldn't purchase.
Yeah, we shouldn't even have to purchase it. We should. Just,
all right, but you want
ours.
You know what though? So here's the thing. The backlash though from just going in there and militarily taking it is a lot more difficult, or it's a lot more work than it is just to buy it. To cut a deal. I mean, Trump always talks about cutting a deal.
We pull out our inner Al Capone and be like, okay, there's backlash. See, all right, you can't use the canal.
Well, the thing is that honestly, we wouldn't even fucking use our military because if people forgotten the reason why we have the Panama Canal is because we supported Panamese independence from Colombia, and we struck that fucking deal. The thing is that it wouldn't even have to be military presence.
Just have a bunch. Just
a military industrial complex.
Let the corporations have it again.
If you wanted to coerce Panama, why not just hit them with tariffs on top of us withdrawing foreign aid? Just say we won't give you any aid at all.
Because China.
Or you could just deport all the dangerous criminal immigrants to Panama.
We're gonna expand the Panama Canal by using prisons.
This is the problem I'm having with Trump. The blanketed tariff shit is so retarded. It's not going to work at all. We don't even have to. If we want to purchase this being nice. If we want to take it, we can take it. It's ours. At the end of the day, it's just how much we're going to pay for it. I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. We're already $35 trillion in debt. Who cares what we spend at this point?
We don't have to pay out of the way.
Yeah, we're going to pay very hard in the next few years. By the way, for everything.
Well, wasn't Andrew Jackson had the idea that a government should be funded by tariffs?
No, that was
as opposed to an income tax.
No, Trump mentioned the president, the tariff king.
McKinley, not
McKinley. Yes.
McKinley. Oh, okay.
Yes, it was McKinley.
Yeah, but that worked at the time, and this is where the problem with blanket tariffs, got fucked up was in the 1930s and the smooth, what is it, Hawley era? Yeah, that was fucking retarded. Blanket tariffs all over these countries. This is the reason why we went into war with Japan, because we put so many tariffs on their exports and the stuff they were trying to bring into the United States.
Outright refused to trade with them as well.
Yeah, it does not work. Blanket tariffs do not work. So if he's going to come up with some domestic policy with industry and manufacturing, now that's going to work. but you just can't put tariffs on everything and expect it to work. So this is where Trump fails on his.
But also he wants to put tariffs on companies too.
Well, that's the thing. They want to half-ass it. They want to have protectionist tariffs, but not protectionist policies for domestic industries.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. If you force Americans to compete with slave labor and slave wages, the American people are going to lose.
Yep.
And
unless you make it, unless you slap 100% tariffs.
Well, no. That's
you know what I mean?
Thing. That's the thing. It doesn't matter if you slap any tariff on China. It could be 0.1% or 120%. Yeah, right? If you slap it on China and you just move your slave camps from China to Vietnam, that defeats the purpose. Like that's still because that's what they're doing. They're moving the cheap labor. They moved it to Mexico, then they moved it to China, then they moved it to Vietnam. Now they're in the process of moving it to Vietnam and India. It's not.
Well, that's fine. Then they could do business somewhere else. They like.
But that's
can do
what I'm
business
telling
with
you.
BRICS,
the Republicans, right? But that's the thing. The Republicans support the corporations that are doing that, and the corporations that are doing that are American corporations.
Yeah, but the Democrats would support them all the same as well.
Well, no, the mono party. It's the mono party. Mm-hmm. Just because Trump is an outsider, it's still the mono party. Trump also supports the mono party. It's the extreme liberals that are the ones that are being pushed out because they've taken our country on the brink of destruction and civil war. Well, not even civil war. Civil discohesion is a better term. Yeah, civil unrest. And it's not going to work. Our economy is going to falter because they want to half-ass everything. They don't want to build up the American middle class. They don't want to help Americans. They want to help corporations make profit, and that's the issue.
Yeah. This is why they're going to lose in the midterms, and they're going to lose in 2028. I mean, there's no winning. The Republican Party after this. Trump was the last good thing for the Republicans. It's over after this with them. Democrats are going to win. I mean, they're dominating when it comes to the rhetoric, when it comes to all the messaging. I mean, they're dominating. You look at TikTok, you look at Instagram, look at all these different places they're on. They're dominating. Fucking Elon Musk is a retard. Obviously, we see that X is a terrible platform now. The left is going to dominate the next 4 years. This is the fault of the Republican Party and weak conservatives for not trying to get ahead of the game and have a good game plan. So that's why conservatives are fucking gay and weak.
All right, we move on to the next topic.
Go ahead.
All right, this should be a hot one. All right, what is worse, feminism or inceldom?
They're the same thing.
Yeah, I was about to say they're the same fucking thing.
Feminism.
Like when we're saying incel, are we talking like MGTOW shit?
Feminism.
No,
by mile. And
they're the same. They're the same thing.
I get what you mean, but the thing is, you wouldn't have inceldom if you didn't have feminism to begin with.
I don't think there's anything wrong with feminism, honestly. No, I don't think so. We're talking classical
about
feminism. I get what this guy is.
Classical feminism, sure. We're talking about when we say feminism, we mean third wave. Hold on. Third and fourth wave.
John, what do you mean? You get what this guy is? What do you mean? Go ahead.
Well, you're kind of like, well, Democrats, you probably like hang out at TikTok a lot, maybe like engagement farm and like, you know, like to talk over people. I'm not sure, but I've seen your type on TikTok before, so I kind of. I see.
You think I'm like a lefty? You think I'm like a left-leaning person? What do you think?
A little bit, yeah. Like you're like morally very liberal. Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm very far right. Extremely far
okay.
Right. So
you have never met this motherfucker before, have you?
Never met me. Yeah, you've never met
me.
Like you're very new. I'm not an establishment person. I don't give a fuck about Republicans.
Okay.
I think everybody on the panel. I think everybody on the panel is extremely far right.
He's like a black dude, honestly, like what's reparations?
John, that's racist.
Like, of course he wants more handouts, everything. Like, no.
God damn, bro.
I vote Republican default, but no, fuck them. I don't care.
Like, what? But the thing is, back to the topic, is like, what do you mean by incel? Dumb, like the fucking MGTOW shit, the fucking like women are horrible, fuck women.
Involuntarily celibate men who can't obtain sex, so they're involuntary. involuntarily celibate, so they're virgins or they haven't had sex in a long time. That would be the proper definition. And feminism would be the equal rights of men and women.
I would say let's do modern day feminism. Or are we on like the fourth wave or something like that?
Fourth wave feminism.
It's the same thing. Like in the modern times, incel.
Why is it the same thing?
I agree on this.
Because feminism says that women are powerful. They need to be independent. They don't need men. And inceldom says that men don't need women because women are horrible. And in all honesty, the problem with both is that, first off, feminism, even first wave feminism, is wrong because men and women are not equal. All right, they're not equal in physical strength. They're not equal in mental capacity. They're not equal in emotional strength. We're a balancing effort. Women civilize men and turn us from savage animals and turn us into compassionate fathers, and like they help us build families. Like men and women
build civilization.
Men and women have separate roles that are equally important. Are they equally important? Yes, but are they equal? No. Men build civilization because it's our duty. Look at it from a Christian lens, especially. We go and toil in the field. We build civilization. We go and die. That's why we get to lead the house. Women.
Well, even outside of a Christian perspective, it's the same fucking thing. It's like, in just a modern perspective, it's like the thing is that this MGTOW fucking shit, it's low nobility ideas. It's fucking low class males who don't get women because they don't fucking try, or they literally are the most fucking like disgusting looking person, and then they get mad that no woman wants to just
fight
completely fuck them.
And that's the same thing for feminism. Look at your average feminist, like 600 pound chick.
But the thing is that it's against the entire like natural order. It's this fucking new age ideology that has existed for about almost 100 and like even longer than that.
Oh, fuck it. You know what it is? You know what it is? Men don't step up to the plate. That's what it is. You know what? Men are just a bunch of weak soy beta cucks who can't provide for a nice boss babe. Okay. Fuck all you.
I mean,
fuck
yes,
all you.
Except for that last part.
The thing is that there is, because
Please
people don't understand the natural order.
Jay, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Exactly what that sounded like.
Continuing what I was saying, it's the people don't adhere to the natural order of things. It's not like a woman should be subservient to a man 100% of the time. Where you need to wear the hijab, you need to fucking there's femininity and masculinity.
I don't know. Muslim countries don't have a problem with birth rates.
Because
they do not have a problem whatsoever.
They don't have a problem
when you're poor.
Just
keep in mind, when you're poor, you fuck a lot. So
they don't have problems with birth rates. They don't have problems with feminism. They don't have problems with inceldom.
It's that's another topic. I don't want to start another fucking religion debate, but
this is the place to do it. Like, this is I don't know why you're saying.
Well, it's because
Bumpkin's like, oh, hey, fight, do it.
But well,
you have to build your audience and panel before we fight, because like out of the end of the day, everybody on this panel, except for I don't really know John, like everybody tends to agree on most things. So it's like,
and I'm like going out of my way to be contrarian. So.
Get Dante, get Philo. I mean,
that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying.
Get them up here, dude. Get the boys up here.
I don't want to jump up though.
Yeah, but it's
boys up here.
The thing is that there's a natural order of things, and we don't adhere to it. We in our society we drive ourselves away from nature, and there is a femininity that is very beautiful, and that is very. Shut up. And then there's masculinity, and the thing is that we have gone away from those natural order of things, And now we think that it's a race or it's a competition, but we forget that it's commitment and compassion for each other, that it's a agreed union more than just for lust. And a lot of people do it for lust. It's like, I don't need no man, but then you end up being fucking 80 years old with 8 cats alone, and you're in a fucking nursing home because you have no children to take care of you.
Or a single
and you're
mother
on
with 80
and you
kids
can
that hate
badass
you.
TikToks. Thank you very much.
Or a single mother with 80 kids that hate you because you couldn't take care of them.
That's the thing. It's like with feminism, it comes down to a point where it has corrupted the mind of women, and women are very gullible creatures.
Well, the
They are.
same thing with inceldom, bro. Have you ever talked to an incel? The only thing worse than
I
a
talk to
male
myself every day.
well, tragic.
I see a mirror and I
You could.
say,
you
"Hey, good
couldn't-
looking.
you
How are
couldn't-
you today?"
You couldn't have
I'll be being
waterboarded
facetious, my
that
guy.
anybody.
I really
Yeah,
do.
I'm really hoping that you make it a joke. Or something.
Yeah. Please say that this isn't the case. Because
Yeah.
taking the black pill is not going to get you anywhere in life.
Yeah,
down
like,
here.
No, it's not a black pill, it's just a joke.
real talk, Panfoos. Go on Discord and any of these like fucking incel servers and talk to these guys, and like they just
no,
they
trust me,
want
I
to be
have.
depressed. I'm
I
just
have.
like to the point where it's like, all right, here
Oh,
you go,
yeah.
partner. Just slide them the gun
Well,
so they can do it, because it's like,
it's
bro,
a
you
lot
want
of
to be
people-
No,
thing
mommy issues.
my thing is,
all that.
if you're gonna be an incel, all right, and you're just all black pilled, then why not just go out and just try, knowing you're just gonna fail, and just fail on purpose?
Yeah.
Because even if you go out and you fail on purpose at something, you're bound to succeed by mistake.
It's not
And maybe
even.
that'll take you out of the black pilling.
It's not even the woman hate. It's okay to hate women.
No, I'm not. No, 'cause when you get to that
being
point,
choked.
That's
when you get
that's
to
a
that
red
point
pill.
of inceldom, when you get to that point of inceldom, it goes beyond women at that point. You just look at life as if it's all bleak and dreadful, and that everything's, you become nihilistic.
Yeah,
that's what true incellers do.
Yeah, nihilism and sophistry.
A lot of these guys don't have any confidence
shit.
in themselves, right? They have
shit.
nothing built on. Oh, holy shit!
Oh shit.
Holy shit!
Who the
Anyway,
fuck is
a lot of
this
these
guy?
guys don't have enough confidence in themselves, right? They sit in the house all day. They sit online all day. They don't go outside. They don't talk to anyone other than their mother or their fucking sister. And they're like, well, women should like me. I'm intelligent. I'm smart. And I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, nobody cares about that, dude. You built nothing yourself. You invest nothing yourself. Why is anyone going to invest any time into you? Why does anyone want to put that time into, having a discussion with you? It's these guys that embrace, I want to be an incel. Why? You want to fail at life? You want to fail as a man? You are a failure of a man if you're an incel and proud of it. You are a failure of a man. And someone needs to tell you that. Your father didn't tell you that. Your mother hasn't told you that, obviously, because she's too busy fucking letting you suck on the titty until 30. Get out there and go on the world. You talk to these guys, they're still living with their parents. They're living with their parents, or they're by themselves, and they're still dependent on their family. Get the fuck out there. Go join something. Become a firefighter. Get into a profession that's going to teach you to be a fucking man. Be around other men that can build you up. It's important for people to go in the military, go into these civil, become a civil servant. Get the fuck out of the bed, out of the basement. Go ahead, Michael. I thought you were about to say something.
No, I genuinely agree, but it's not my job to agree, right? I'm trying to.
I think I'm going to maybe push back against a little bit with that, because
Go ahead.
Yes, the institutions are corrupted beyond belief. Basically, like the normal, I guess you could say 9 to 5 guy is his balls are chastised. So for these men, there's no real men left to look up to in, I guess, mainstream society. So they go out and they look for an Elliot Rodger or someone who will do something that, I guess maybe it comes down to the humans want to do something that's bigger than themselves, other than just, building a career. And I think that's where this fanaticism comes from. But also it comes from a lack of religion from the man's side as well, too. Like, men don't know how to have healthy relationships with their family or the opposite sex as well, too. So I think it's also a breakdown of religion, or even, I guess, some sort of social cohesion, where we can go online and we can have all of our individual reality, individual tunnels,
Fuck that shit. Get the fuck off the computer. I mean, you could sit back and say, well, there's no great figures. I get that. We live in times where there are no great men to be inspired by. Mm-hmm. So what must you do, right, in these times? Because it's not like this is the first time in history we've had this. This is probably we're living in a period where this is I would say that we've never seen anything like this. A bunch of men who are very lonely and way. But you look at there's a lot of people throughout history who felt the same way, and they still rose to greater heights. They still, had children. They still produced something of value. You don't even have to look at an individual. Look at things that. What is it you're inspired by? What is it that you want for yourself? If you want nothing for yourself, if you want nothing in your life, then you'll be nothing. You just focus on how everything is doom and gloom and everything's so depressing. I can't get pussy. And you're never going to get anything. You're never going to get anywhere. Uplift yourself. I hate to just pull yourself by the bootstrap shit, but you have to a degree. And you have to surround yourself with other men that are of value, that are working towards something greater. And you're going to go for it. So you may not have this great epic man that stands before you as all powerful and mighty. But if you have a band of other brothers that are working towards something greater, then you collectively can go forward. That's the whole thing. And a lot of these guys, they're around a bunch of fucking losers. Like, I went with my mom today. We went to the mall and we're going to get some Skechers. Like, you're a loser, dude. I'm going to play Call of Duty for 15 hours. Like, okay, you don't do anything else. Like, go out here and explore. Get a car or take a fucking walk, go on a run. There's so much shit out here, so many books out here, so many things that can inspire you. And all you have to do is surround yourself by good fucking people. A lot of this shit is not surrounding yourself by good people. It's the company you keep that defines you.
Yeah. It's also, to kind of give a somewhat controversial take, it's kind of, I honestly believe that some people just don't deserve to have any kind of relationship or even have kids. It's because some people are the exact reason why eugenics exist. And the Greeks, especially, I don't know if any of you have read Fire and Steel. The Japanese man who went to Greece and found their ideas of the physical body. And the Greeks believe that the physical body is a representation of the soul, the thumos, egros, logos, and then something that some word I cannot fucking pronounce. But
I know what you're
it's also, it comes down to a certain point that it's the man. It really is just the person, how they are, if they're mentally, incredibly mentally ill, or it's just if they're not willing or have the willpower or just even have the physical capabilities of providing or just getting themselves up. And a lot of people are like that, unfortunately, in our today society, that they're unwilling to build themselves into a better man. But there's also some people just really, God, just castrate yourself already. Just don't even have the chance to do it. But for men who are physically capable, who are not these kind of people, Shalom, Shabbat, reading is a big thing, especially reading certain books like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's a great book. Love it. But just kind of going into this idea of that, if I per se am a man who is this quote unquote incel, I need to build myself up physically, mentally, and spiritually. I wouldn't say that necessarily in response to John, it doesn't necessarily even come down to religion, because even an atheist can fucking go out and have a physical self that is beyond himself. It's just a sense of, what do I want to accomplish in my life? What am I built for? What do I want to see in my future? But some people, they just don't care. And if they just, it comes down, you can't force a horse to drink water if you lead it to a stream. You can help these people. You could try everything with these people. But at a certain point, there's just some people that just can't do it. And the same thing happens with women. There's a lot of women that I think that I met personally in my life that I just don't think they should have any kind of relationship. You should definitely be the crazy cat woman at 80 who has 80 cats in her fucking house. But it's now, would I say what's worse? I would say I would agree with Orthodox and say that it's kind of both. But which one is worse? I would honestly say inceldom, because as a man, it's your duty to be better, to be greater, and then to just complain and say that women are horrible, fuck women, we're going our own way, and we're going to basically be a male feminist version. Now with feminism, it's bad because, especially in modern feminism, it embraces this really gay, over-sexualized society that embraces hedonism and the lack of purpose and the lack of this family unit. And it goes, like I said, against natural order.
Well, I'd say, I guess maybe I'd just still be the feminist would be worse than the incels because the women they have the potential to carry life and to nurture life, whereas men are naturally more expendable. So feminism I don't know if you've seen the stat, but basically 50% of women are going to be single. 50% of working age women between the ages of 26 and 40 are going to be single by 2030. So that in itself is actually way more a catastrophe than inceldom, I guess you could say, to the society. That would be my argument, in that feminism is worse than inceldom. Inceldom is just some angry dudes, right?
No,
feminism is like literally you're not reproducing.
Well, neither is the man, and I think it kind of goes down.
But the thing is, though, like a man can reproduce, like one man can reproduce with 4 women, right? Theoretically, right?
But majority of relationships are monogamous. Majority of relationships.
That's true.
But to kind of go against that, I honestly think it's just down to our society. Are we in a societal point where we have a lot of kids? No, because we're not in a time of strife, which you look at statistics. Normally, more kids are born during a time of trouble than they are born during the time of abundance, because we aren't there yet. We're getting there, hopefully. But we're not there yet, and we're seeing the effects. And you can look into history. Look at the Roman Empire. I know it's a little bit cringe and autistic to kind of say that, but if you generally look at how society acts, and the Roman Empire is a very great reason, because in their towards their downfall, they were very abundant. There was a lot of hedonism. There wasn't really much of a purpose in life other than just, okay, I exist, and that's it. And so you have that kind of thing. And so it's kind of not surprising that we have this feminism and inceldom and stuff like that, because, well, look at our society. We don't really have any large troubles that we're dealing with like right now. Maybe the economy kind of sucks, and that, that's really it, but it's not like you're incapable of providing for yourself.
You're in an Irish potato famine.
Yeah. Well, look how many fucking kids were born during that.
I just read something that was pretty funny. It was pretty good. Yes, read Nietzsche. Read Nietzsche.
Jesus Christ. We gotta change topics.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's change the topic. All right. What is masculinity?
Holy shit. It's the same fucking topic as the last one.
I mean,
okay. Fine. All
right. You fucking suck, dude.
Fuck you. What is more important, religion or philosophy?
Oh, wow.
Shit, they kind of go together, honestly. They kind of go together. Like, when we're talking about religion, can you kind of go more into detail about that?
Religion in itself is a philosophy.
Yeah, because theology is also technically...
A philosophy can be removed from religion.
Yeah, but...
Marx is a philosophy.
It kind of depends on your starting axioms.
Platonism is a philosophy, but it's also... He developed the entire theological foundation for a lot of shit. So it's kind of a very weird question, because they kind of are the same.
Not really.
They kind of aren't, though.
Yeah, not really.
They aren't.
They're
but
deeply
they are.
related. I'll grant you that they are deeply related, but there are some points of divergence. Like, for example, you have non-religious philosophies like physicalism, for example, and you have some people who are religious who are not really into the philosophical end of religion, even though religion in and of itself is kind of founded in a philosophical exercise, right? So I'd ultimately go with philosophy is more important, but that's probably just due to my starting axioms and what I view as important.
It's kind of weird. I can't really give an answer. I would say religion, because without religion, there wouldn't be I guess, philosophical ideas, because a lot of the early Greek philosophers founded their ideas off of the question of what is and what is the divine and stuff like that, especially Plato. Now, are we talking about like modern philosophy versus modern religion?
Well, even in the ancient Greek stuff, if you go to the pre-Socratics, you get some non-religious philosophy. Like Hippocrates is not particularly religious when he's talking about essentially proto-materialism. He doesn't really add in too much of the religiosity. I mean, he thinks that the soul is pretty much just like the way that air is bent in a body. So, like, you do have some pre-Socratic philosophy that isn't really founded in religion.
But the thing, in the modern terms, I guess, are we talking about like Nietzscheism, fucking Evola,
Max Stirner,
doctrines of, Benito Mussolini, all this kind of stuff like that, or are we talking about like just philosophy in general?
That's for Bumpkin to decide.
We're talking about philosophy in general.
Like, I would say,
I mean, I'd put it this way. You can't have like a really well fleshed out religion without some sort of philosophical foundation. You can have a philosophical foundation without religion.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. Anyone else have their input?
Any good philosophy will borderline religious dogma, to be honest. So they're pretty much one and the same. I'm gonna be honest.
But you can have religion without philosophy.
Well, yes,
if you're the Catholic Church, of course.
You can have philosophy without religion.
But the thing is that in general, you kind of get on the same point because theology is a form of theology.
It's always religious interpretation too. You're always interpreting the Bible or the Quran or whatever
Did you say
religion that
theology is a form of theology?
It is. It is the question of divine, and it is I guess I would say religion, honestly, because without religion, there honestly wouldn't be any
questions here.
All right, Minifrego, let's move on, Bumpkin.
Questions, dude. No one's fighting over fucking anything.
Bring a hot one on. Bring a controversial question.
I gotta embrace more my redhead.
All right. How about this, Jay? Since me and you have a debate on your stream all the time, let me pose a question. The H-1B1 visa, Indian migration, good or bad for America?
Fucking horrible.
Fucking horrible. Terrible.
I don't think anyone would actually fucking agree with that.
I don't have a problem with it.
It's
what?
I like it. I like it.
It's fine.
Jay is actually
India superpower.
I've done streams on this. I've done multiple streams on this.
Jay is actually pro-Indian immigration.
It's not hurting us. And honestly, no one here is working in a field where it's even hurting them.
It's going to hurt the nation. That's what cares. That's what matters.
No one here is even working.
You know what it is? It is
hurt the nation. It does hurt the people of this country. That's what.
Who's it hurting?
It hurts higher working class
people
that go into these professions. People that go into these schools. It hurts these people. Yes, instead of putting people within our own nation that are trying to go into these professions, trying to go and start a career, we're employing people from these other countries that are cheaper to employ. They're cheaper to bring over here. Because, when you're putting someone through college and you have to give them all these benefits, no, companies don't want to do that. So all we're doing when we sit back and support, having fucking some Pajit come over here, we're supporting big business. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. I'm not going to support big business that's going to fuck over normal people who want to obtain something higher, go to something greater. Not going to do that. No. If you want to come to this country, to visit and tourism, fine, that's cool. But if you want to come here, you're going to replace American workers. No, we're not doing that. That age is over.
Your H-1B visas are less than $100,000 a year.
Doesn't matter.
Not anywhere near.
Yes, they're trying to increase the cap on that. No, hold the fuck up. They're trying to increase the fucking cap on that.
You know what? The real problem is population collapse.
What the fuck is
the amount of people who come into this country? Okay, listen.
Population collapse, sir.
I've already done all the research. There's no.
What's John talking about?
There is none. I've already done the research on this. I've had this argument multiple times on multiple streams. It's not hurting this nation. It's been going on now since the 1980s. It's been happening since the 1980s.
Yeah, but what also
the tech industry
happened?
before
Yeah, so
H-1B
let's
visas were
compare
implemented in this country.
1980s
Back in the
America
hold on,
to
you
fucking
don't know what
today.
you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. So
I
let me
don't know what
speak.
I'm talking about. Yeah,
You don't
sure. Okay,
actually,
buddy.
and I guarantee you haven't done the research.
I've done
Since the early 2000s, since the late 2000s to the early 2010s, the tech industry had already been clamoring that they've had a problem with bringing in people who actually want to do STEM fields in this country. STEM ranks 9th. I already went. PBD did a whole podcast on this as well, and we went over it on my channel. STEM ranks 9th.
The issue.
Okay, no. You say that. Guess what? You say that, and yet we looked at the study too. We looked at a study that was done here in the States.
Yeah,
55% of all your $1 billion startups were made by either immigrants or the children of immigrants.
Why is that a good thing?
From
That's a
where?
horrible thing.
From where?
It's not an issue because the money still stays in this country.
But from where?
And before you
Where
say
did
remittances,
those immigrants
remittances
come
are
from?
dwarfing the amount of money that's actually.
Where did those
care about the
immigrants
money.
come from?
I don't care about the money.
It depends on the country.
I care about employing.
Because we're talking about H-1B. Since we're talking about H-1B, the majority, 75%, actually do come from India. So to the credit, most do come from India. Most H-1B.
I will personally.
And guess what? And a large number of.
I will give Jay one thing. Right, I will give Jay one thing on this because I am fundamentally against it. But I told him this morning because I kind of went in a nihilistic streak myself. Like the issue is Americans don't want to go in those fields, but at the same time, bringing them in makes it harder for Americans to go in those fields because it debases their pay.
Before this even started, before we even had the influx of H-1B visas, STEM was ranking 6th overall in what students were graduating from in college. It now ranks 9th. If you look at the actual college market, the market of like what students are choosing, they're not choosing these fields. They're just not choosing them. You're blaming an outside source for our culture. No, they're not. We already seen the data. American students are not choosing these fields.
To go into these fields. We're not pushing our children to go into these fields. We're not.
And that's not the fault of H-1B visa holders.
Hold on. I'm not going to sit here and allow some fucking immigrant to come over here and take a job, take a position, to take a seat from an American. I don't care what it is. It could be a fucking spot at McDonald's. Hold on. It could be a spot at McDonald's. It could be a trash collector, or it could be the fucking next CEO of Apple. I don't care what it is. I want an American to be employed because I guess what that's going to do.
Also Indian.
India, whatever fuck. You can come from Mars. I want our people to be educated. I want our people for the 22nd century to be employed, to be in these fields. And we have to build ourselves up. I'm not going to cut corners because, well, we got the Indians. Fuck that. They can have what they want. They can do whatever they want in their country. Keep them over in their country, and we can have this competition. But we're lacking here, and across the board in a lot of these industries. What we do, we allow these big multinational corporations to do is to fuck over everyone in the country, no matter whom it is, because they want to cut costs. I'm not doing it. Supporting HB1 visas is supporting big business. It's supporting the same thing that we're fighting against. It's supporting everything.
BTFO'd.
We can't allow that.
There's no way
supporting this shit is going against.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah. No. Jay's not one.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I knew Jay wouldn't just bounce out like that. He doesn't do that.
No, so
it makes good content.
Here's the thing, right? Too, that one thing that you don't pick up on. You do have the data, Jay, at least the pro-immigrant data, like. And I get that you're not on my side particularly, and you're not going to make my argument for me, but I have sent you plenty of data that shows that Indians use the system, that they really abuse it, and they scam.
Those who abuse it is dwarfed by the amount who actually do it legally. It's dwarfed by the amount of money any money that you say is taken is dwarfed by the amount.
I'm not talking about taking money. I'm talking about people that abuse the system.
Yeah, but the amount of people who abuse any system is dwarfed.
Those are illegal.
But 90% of the people that abuse the system are Indian.
Yeah,
but that's of who abuse the system. But 90% of Indians are not abusing the system.
Well, if there's only the
correlation you're making is false.
If there's only 100,000 H-1B visas and there's 1,000 people, which there's more than that, but just making the numbers easy for people watching. If there's 1,000 people that abuse it and 950 of those are Indian, that is an inherent issue.
Per capita.
I understand that.
Okay,
I understand your point.
And
There
not
is an
only that,
issue if anyone abuses it, so it wouldn't matter which race would abuse it.
you do have huge amounts of nepotism from Indians within these corporations and these schools.
Okay, so you had nepotism. Guess what? For the Civil Rights Act, white people had nepotism all the time in their jobs. Black people had nepotism in their jobs in this country. Different races have nepotism. I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now. With my family, I can tell you with my family. No, it's not. Get over that. I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now.
God, this is gonna
Because it's not, sir. Look at them. It's definitely
it's the white and black country.
Actually, no. I'm gonna be
Here's
nice.
the thing. No, it's a white and black country. It's a white and black country.
Here's what happens.
They're not going to grow up the way that they are.
Yes, we are, sir.
Even if
they are, it's fine because
here's what's going to end up happening. Here's what's going to end up happening.
But all those are coming over illegally.
I know why these conversations happen because they're rooted in fear, and I understand.
It's no fear. The greatness is here.
When the replacement starts to happen, people don't want to accept it. But the fact of the matter is this: you said so. You're actually, and you admitted it already. You've already admitted it.
The replacement of our
if the government's going to swing left, what's going to happen? So if the government's going to swing left, what's going to happen? You're not going to see immigration stop. In fact, you will see a reverse of any deportations that happen. And then keep in mind, you will see an influx of asylees, which, by the way, cannot just be deported by law. Trump already admitted. Trump already admitted. No. Don't try to stop me from making this point. Trump already admitted during his campaign trail that in the Biden administration, he codified into law that asylees who come to this country cannot be deported once they are granted asylee status.
Listen,
and you've had millions who've done so. It's codified.
We can get rid of that.
Okay, and guess what? And you have to get a filibuster in the Congress and the Senate in order to make it happen.
We can do
you
that.
need to get filibusters to make it happen. Are they going to get filibusters?
Here's the thing: it's important to get these people in long term. We have to look at the long term game. We get these people out. All right, that's how it's going to go.
Well,
when you have people coming into this country, fucking us over. We've been letting this happen since the 1960s. We've been letting mass amounts of people come over the border. We've been mass amounts of people with their, I'm Indian and I've got a degree. Fuck over people who have degrees, who actually get these jobs, right? Who need to get these jobs. We keep allowing this. People are going to they're getting very pissed. We're seeing this in Europe. People are pissed of mass migration. They're pissed off with replacement. They're very conscious of that. They're becoming racially conscious. No, America is for the American. Those who historically belong here, who historically.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
This goes back to the problem that I mentioned before. And this happens every time we argue H-1Bs. Is you argue that immigration, illegal and legal are the same thing. You always
conflate these. What do you mean by
exactly?
What do you mean by
listen,
you?
2025,
here's what we're gonna
taking
do.
masks off. I'm glad that listen.
It is the same
I'm
thing.
glad. I'm glad.
Racist.
A lot of
bigots.
A lot of people
I'm so glad.
Yes.
Xenophobic.
Yeah, actually, that part is right, John.
Yes, I've never hid who
I
I am.
And it's I guess what xenophobia is all based in fear. It's literally phobia.
It's
xenophobia. Phobia means fear.
It's not
You're fear.
There's no fear. I don't have fear of these.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Yes, you do. You wouldn't want to.
You have a fear of the Indians taking over the jobs that you won't study for.
Can we play? Can we play? They took our jobs.
Everyone, hold on. What we're gonna do, right? And everyone else will be brought back up. Okay, everyone else will go back up.
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this? We're doing a one-on-one UNJ. All right, this is what we're gonna do.
All right, let's do it.
Keep everyone up.
We're doing one-on-one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead. Make your point.
Like I said, as a nationalist, what we want to protect the nation, defend the nation.
Yes,
demographics of the nation. So we have immigration period coming into the nation. We've seen it since the 1960s. It's not been good for the nation, right? It's been good for the elite. It's been good for those at the top. It's been good for the politicians. When we look at a lot of these working class communities, it's been detrimental for us. We've seen jobs go across this country. Go overseas. We've seen immigrants come in and they go into these low skill positions. We've seen immigrants go in and they go into high skill positions. We cannot continue doing this if we're going to survive as a nation. Now, you already said this with the demographics. You're right, with the Hispanics coming in, right? And there's going to be nothing you can do about it right now. These people are coming in now. By the time anyone here, if they were to go for political office, by the time they get in, these people already have maybe 2 or 3 children. And then they're probably going to have children and so on and so on. So they're already going to be American. What we need to secure is the future of the people here in this nation, right? The people who historically believe and live in this country. Blood and soul is important. A rejection of that is a rejection of nature. The rejection of that is rejection of all order within society. Rejection of that is rejection of history and how humanity operates. So we have people coming over in this country and we've got the top over here. They're like, yes, we love it. The Democrats, they love it. The Republicans, we love it. It's good for us because it supports their interests. It supports them. No, anyone who is a normal working class person should not be supportive of immigration legally or illegally.
Legal immigration has done nothing to hurt this country. Actually, when you look at legal immigration in the actual context of H-1B visas, because once again, let's stick to the actual question. Let's not conflate illegal immigration with legal immigration. The facts are this: the vast majority of H-1B visas who come over here, 75%, come from India. In fact, most international students, we get 1.1 million a year. Most of them come from China and India. The vast majority do. India's number one. China's number one. India's number two. The Philippines are number three. Trump already said he wanted to keep these people here in order to give them green cards because he wants them to stay so we can brain drain the world. That actually isn't hurting us. From the early 2000s, from the late 2000s till now, STEM has dropped from 6th to 9th. The people in this country do not want to take these fields. They don't. If you're going to sit here and you're going to blame anyone, blame the institutions. The amount of money that comes into this country, the amount of jobs that is created, the amount of industries that are boosted by H-1B visas, by legal immigration, is not hurting this country. In fact, I'm just going to use H-1B visas. I'm going to use Indians as an example. They're 1.5% of the population. They give us up to 6% of our tax revenue. The amount of remittances they send overseas is not even 120 billion. And guess what? They double, almost triple that in taxes every year. In spending, they triple, almost quadruple that in spending every year. 50% of the hotel industry is dominated by H-1B visas and or their children. The vast majority of gas, I believe the number was around 35 to 40% of gas stations and convenience stores are Indian. These people create jobs. I could pull up a list right now of 20 big tech CEOs and Fortune 500 company CEOs that, guess what, employ Americans in this country that produce lots of money. See, and I already mentioned beforehand, 55% of all billion-dollar startups are either immigrants or they're the children of immigrants, so first-generation Americans who come to this country and have billion-dollar startups. How are they hurting this country? They add to the revenue. They add to the GDP. They add to the value. And guess what? These people are going to become Americanized. Say what you will, but the people who come over here, especially those who are legalized, eventually become Americanized. If you're going to make the argument that, oh, no, they're not, they're going to cling on to their culture. Well, guess what? That's only those who come fresh off the boat after wave after wave after wave. The people who come here legally are not the people who are your bottom rungs. They're the people who already have money. They come from affluent families. It takes your average Indian $10,000 at least to be able to get over to the States. They already come here with college degrees. About 81% of them come over here with either bachelor's or more. Bachelor's are better in terms of degrees. They already show up educated. This whole idea that people who show up legally is somehow, I don't know who's timing. I'll wrap it up anyways. To hell with a minute. I'll wrap it up. The idea that people are coming over here legally and destroying this country and hurting it is a fallacy. Because if that was the case, if that was really the case, why aren't we seeing it reflected in our economy? Why aren't we seeing it reflected in the crime? The people legally here. Illegal is a different conversation altogether. We don't see it legally here with the crime. Not even white-collar crime. Even the stats that Muslim brought up, it's still a fraction of the amount of people who actually show up here legally. It's a fraction. Whether they be visa or non-resident immigrant. Go ahead.
I'm a nationalist. I don't care about the GDP. I don't care about how much money these people bring. I don't care about, if they bring Cheez-Its and they like football. I don't care about that. I care about employing. I care about educating. I care about building up our own people. So if we look at STEM, we look at any of these professions, right? We look at law, medicine. Let's take medicine, for example. If we're not having enough kids go into the medical field, they're not going to medical school, they're not getting the credentials they need, they're not meeting the requirements. That means we need to put more pressure on our people to compete with the world in order to get these people in these positions, right? If we're behind in a certain industry, we're behind in a certain profession globally, what do we need to do as a nation? What do we need to do as a people? We need to push our youth, push the people of the next generation into these positions so that we can compete globally. I'm not going to replace the greatness of Americans here that have historically been here. They have generations of families who have gone through harder times, who have worked very hard. I'm not going to replace them and say, you have to step aside for Pajit or Muhammad or Ling Ling. I'm not doing that. Or some African or some European for that matter. I'm going to employ, I'm going to educate, I'm going to build up our people because that's what a nationalist would do. And that's what nations must do. And that's what every other nation has done. Since we are such a pussified nation and much of the West is pussified, we think that importing mass amounts of people because my GDP died for our sins is a good thing. No, it's not a good thing. We know this historically that immigration, both legally and illegally, brings down wages. We know this for a fact. We know when we look at these big corporations, they're willing to cut the cost by bringing in someone who's a legal immigrant or illegal immigrant because they want to keep their profit and their revenue. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to employ our own people. That costs more, so be it. It's necessary for our nation. It's necessary for our own people. for us to focus on our value and building us up. If we're not good enough, then we need to aim for greatness. We need to push ourselves to greatness. Not this one. We're going to cut corners and try to replace it by bringing in Pajit because Grey's Anatomy or some stupid shit. I don't care about that. We need to focus on our own people. We've been doing this for the entire world since World War II. Bring in all these people from all over the world, give them everything, and they give nothing back in return. And they go back to their country rich, and they go back to their country with so much great wealth and education that they've taken from our own people, taken and denied our own people that opportunity. And what do we get? We get fucked over. We have a very, look at our education system. We're not pushing our people to go on. We have a very terrible education system in this country. People come to school. They love to come to school here. But when it comes to educating our people, when it comes to the motivation of our people, it's extremely low. These people come over here and they take advantage of us. We've seen this. And you like Trump, and he's talked about this. And sadly, since he's cucked so much on it, because we see he's not a true nationalist, he's just a representation of a growing, what will be the next national, like he's setting the foundation for nationalism in America. But he's a part of the establishment. I mean, he's sitting here with Elon Musk, an immigrant. It's like, Elon's great. Elon's fantastic. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'd rather have someone. Let me tell you this. I'd rather have someone. Let me tell you this right now. I would rather. Hold on. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Tesla. I can care less about Tesla. You know what I care about? And when Tesla employs Americans, I care about that. But as we look at it, Tesla is not loyal to the nation. None of these corporations and these business people are loyal to the nation. They're loyal to their profits, their shareholders, and their investments. That's it. And this is the problem, because we have conservatives that want to sit back and cut for big business and cut for the establishment. We're tired of that. This is why Trump is going, his legacy is going to be shitty domestically, because conservatives are pushing this dumbass narrative that we should be supportive of the immigrants. We should be supportive of the legal immigration now. No, we need to be supportive of rebuilding our people. Making America great again was not, we're going to talk shit on Twitter. It's more rebuilding our people. It's more making America greater than it's ever been. Fuck this making it great again. Making it greater than it's ever been by reinvesting in our people, rebuilding our people. That's what it is of tomorrow. This gay shit about, Tesla and Elon Musk is great. Fuck these people. These people should be reported.
I find it interesting. We're over here, we're shitting on immigration, and yet we want to annex Greenland, and we're going to end up bringing in a bunch of would-be immigrants and make Americans. We're going to take Canada, a bunch of would-be immigrants, and we're going to end up becoming.
You're going to annex Canada.
Annex Panama, a bunch of would-be immigrants. We're going to end up becoming Americans.
There's a difference.
They wouldn't be immigrants.
Conquering and
exactly. But now we have to be getting exactly. So now the difference is we just take the land too, versus just taking the people.
Yes,
they were all a bunch of immigrants. There's just a bunch of immigrants who were there, and then we're telling you. So I had to wait. So he got to respond to what I said, but I can't respond without fag fuck 1 and 2 jumping in while I'm trying to speak.
Fuck you.
Get a job.
Wait. Didn't you say that are you guys now saying that with annexation you're gonna Americanize Greenland and Panama and Canadians? Is that? Well, I guess Canadians were Americans, but the argument was like having,
because I got interrupted.
I want to get to this one answer for what John just said right here. I'm not trying to Americanize anyone. The only people who are American, right, are blacks, whites, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's it. If you're not a part of that, I don't care about you. I care about those who historically, we look at who's been here and who's been here since the start, since we came, since the Europeans came here and settled on this continent, since the Native Americans were, doing whatever, and the tribes, since, the Spanish came over, decided they were going to mix with these people, since black people came over slaves. That's the only people that matter. That is the only people who are truly American, because they've been here for centuries. All this other shit, these people are guests. They've been here for a short time. We need to stop lowering our value. Hold on. We need to stop lowering our value and putting ourselves on an equal playing field with people who have not put the time, who have not put the work, who have not put the investment into this nation like the rest of us has. I'm tired of this.
Being American?
The rest of being American is that an individual does not become an American.
What's time period?
Hold on. A family becomes American through the generations. I say 3 to 4 generations. But these Indians, guess what? They'll never be American. Hold on. It does not matter how much they assimilate to the culture. It does not matter how much they try to like the music or speak the language. They will never be American because they are not a part of the historical framework of this nation. They're not part of the ethnic demographic.
Then you have a huge Chinese population authority Americans. Then you have
Chinese population. Okay, listen, that's a very small
Chinese population.
Hold on. Every nation historically has a minority within it. The Chinese, okay, cool. That's fine. But guess what? They don't have a large representation in this country, right? They don't have a significant presence within this nation, right? I really
the Vietnamese would also be part of this country as well. Yes, they are, because you said
hold the fuck up.
generations.
Let's establish this real quick.
What about
hold up?
Let's
establish this real quick.
Some would say segregation. Blacks did better under segregation than they did when they were given civil rights to Martin Luther King.
Well, no, hold up. Let's establish this first. Let's establish this first. Before 1970, America was a majority white nation. The second majority were blacks. The thing is, the majority of these other people weren't fucking here. If they were a fucking mega minority. And only a recent, like a lot of even the Hispanic population have recently only come here. Like, I think the only actual Hispanic population that we had was from our conquest of Mexico. But those, like the Tejanos and stuff like that, besides that, a lot of the people that have come over, they're only recently here.
A portion of the Hispanic population only are Americans because of, well, illegal immigration. They were given amnesty.
So now we're talking. So now are we now switching over to illegal immigration because it's always happening?
No, just immigration.
No.
That's why you keep these arguments.
It's the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter if they're illegal or.
What is an American?
What is American? Hold on, no. What was your question?
New topic. What is an American?
How is it?
What is an American? Great question. What is an American?
I got a beautiful answer to that.
Go ahead. What's an American?
Like I said, in America, we look at the historical framework of this nation, right? We look at who's been here for the longest, who's been here since the start, right? Who came here? Of course, Native Americans, obviously, have been here the longest before any of us. The Europeans brought slaves. And of course, you had the various different Spanish, mixing with the various different Native American tribes and all that, right? So all four of us have been here on this continent together, living in, this back and forth with our conflicts, but all living within this, on this continent. Then we formed a nation. Europeans founded a nation, right? And it comprised of various different ethnic groups that live within this country. Throughout those decades, we had a civil war. We redefined what an American is in the turn of the 20th century. And of course, towards the middle of the 20th century, we settled it with the Civil Rights Act, right? These people are American. These people are here. That is it. The only people who are American, right, are those who have been here historically. Blood and soul nationals. That is it. Right.
Fuck it. Everybody's American, Andre. Everybody.
No. Not everybody's an American.
American and American is American.
Well, American means from the territory of America. You just want to act as the point of term.
In Egypt, you're
American is how deep your blood
runs. You're born on Mars, an American, baby.
Your blood runs to the soil. You can talk about the greatness of your family, even the harsh times of your family, what they had to achieve, what they had to overcome. We can look at that for every other racial group, blacks, whites. We can most definitely talk about what we've struggled, what we've accomplished in this country. Hispanics can do that too. Those who live in the parts that we conquered, right? Native Americans as well. That is the only one. It is about blood and soul. The people whose blood runs through the soul. That's what makes an American. That's what an American. It's not this fucking, I love Cheetos and porn and I'm an American. No, you're not an American. You just like things that American
culture.
You do.
Hold on.
Just American culture.
I want to ask this question. Purchase. Hold on. You keep saying purchase, but you realize
it's $15 million.
No. That was the Gadsden purchase. The Mexican-American War, we could have annexed almost all of fucking Mexico.
Yeah, but they didn't want to siege Mexico City because they knew it was going to be a bloodbath and it was going to be a Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, about 75% of the Mexican concession, because you don't purchase a concession.
55%. 55% of the territory. It's $15 million. I'm sorry that I actually read how it went down.
No, I actually know the history. We fucking got. We took from Mexico.
You should say it correctly and not act like you know it.
I am saying it correctly. It's called the Mexican concession, not the Mexican purchase. It's not the Louisiana purchase.
Listen,
but for
you could do the alternate history shit and actually.
It's not alternate history.
That's how it happened. What are you talking about?
You're getting it wrong. You haven't even read that.
We only bought Southern Arizona and Southern New Mexico from them.
Comical, bro.
This is not
comical, man.
This is what
and you know what? This is what happens when the white man falls. They start doing shit like this. This is what happens when the black man falls. They start cucking for the white man. Jesus, I can't wait till 30 years. I can't wait. No, because you had enough time.
Clip that.
You guys clip that, by the way. I can't wait.
Jay just hates America.
I can't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
You're mad because you own your shitty little island.
Why is it every time? I make an argument.
Jay,
I make
you're
an
not making
argument.
an
I don't just go with the flow.
You're not making
It's
an
you hate America, you hate Americans, you hate natives. But then when
Because
I
you
hate
do.
Americans, you just
Because
hate
you fucking
America.
do, dude.
That's fucking ridiculous. I'm
American.
American. I've got 7 generations deep.
Okay,
Panfusa didn't even know what he was
but
talking about.
You're not
He said the
putting
oldest black
America
population was
first.
Otahano.
You're not putting the
He didn't
value
even
of
know
your
that there
people
were
first.
Puerto Ricans in 1901. You
You're
people are
even
not
putting the
educated when you
value-
talk about
very
this shit,
educated on
man.
it.
You were a
Very educated
you
on
were
it.
a
so-
territory.
it is
Puerto
so
Rico is a
sad.
fucking
And they were
territory.
Americans, by the way.
Fucking-
That just
And
shows you
Panfusa-
don't know what
Panfusa,
you're
it-
talking about.
We value it as a
If it's a
Jesus
territory, they're
Christ,
still
man.
citizens.
They're still citizens, right?
They're
We still
still
value
citizens.
them, right?
Look at
just
that. He
can't
didn't even
vote.
know
Listen.
that. I bet you he thought it was a different country.
Who didn't know that?
No.
Panfusa didn't even know that.
Damn.
No, I
dude.
did.
First off, I wanna
No,
go
you
back to what
didn't.
said.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have argued
Go
with
back
me.
to what you said.
No, I-
because you know good and
whatever.
well. I don't fucking cuck for anybody, but I'm an American. I care
Jesus
about our fucking
Christ.
country and our people. And we say that you're not American, it's because you're putting your people second by saying we should bring in Indians
hell.
and fucking all these other people, and not saying how about we build our people up, push them in these
Skilled
these
jobs.
positions, push these in the next generation of kids, redefine and reorganize, overhaul the entire education system to push these people in it. You're not saying that. You're saying, well, fuck it, we should just replace them
People
because these kids
aren't
don't want to do it.
replaceable. People
Because-
aren't
because
replaceable. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't the
At
argument that was
fundament-
being made.
Yeah,
That
no,
is your
yeah,
argument.
at the end of the day, it is, Jay. It is the
That wasn't the
argument.
argument being made.
Wi-
That was not the argument
without-
being made. The whole argument was how it was being harmful to the United States. At no point did I
Because
say that you
you
should forego.
replace-
At no point did I say that you should forego training anyone or building them up. I said the reason why that corporations and the market
They're not
is
gonna
responding
do
the way
that.
that they're doing. It is responding the way that they are is because people aren't choosing these skills. So why don't they? Why don't you
That's
promote
not
it?
even fucking true.
Why not promote
No,
it?
hold the
Why
fuck
don't you
up.
start-
That's not even fucking
It
true.
is true.
Because
You
there
haven't
is
read the
plenty
fucking
of
data.
Americans.
That's
Okay,
why
hold
you're
on,
talking
wait,
about it.
First off, if it's
young
That's why you're
Americans
talking about it.
If it's
You
in
don't know
the
what you're
top,
talking
if it's
about.
in the top 10, if it's in the top 10 of college graduates, that's still a massive fucking number.
But it's dropping. That's the
But
point.
yeah, but the fact,
It's
yeah, it might be
downward.
dropping
Okay,
because
so
college
let's
is
not
getting
only
expensive.
acknowledge-
We don't have free college like India does.
Neither does India. Neither does India.
Yes,
by the way.
they
I have to admit.
do.
I've already.
Let's-
actually,
let's
no.
billion of
They
these
have to pay
fucking
for it.
bucks.
They have
Let's
to pay for it.
acknowledge the
Wait,
fact
wait,
that
wait.
there
I'm
has
saying.
been
Like you
like
guys want
a
to make these pie in
massive
the sky
drive.
arguments, and you want to just say, you know what the real core of it is? Brown people bad.
No,
Oh,
Jay,
look at
no,
that.
no, no,
Shit,
Jay, it's
shit
not the
blue
brown
people bad.
It's
That's
not
exactly
brown people
what it
bad.
all turns
Jay,
out to be.
no.
Yes, I'm
Wait, hold on.
racist.
It's because
I'm
we care
You're
about
xenophobic.
xenophobic. You're
Be
afraid of
masked off.
cultural enrichment,
Yeah,
Don't
and
go
xenophobic.
masked
I
off.
am
Let's do that.
Who is this fucking Canuck? Why is this Canuck talking? You're right. Sit
I'm
down.
absolutely
He's about to be an American soon, anyways, right? He's about to be an American, anyways.
Like, yeah, he's gonna.
I
be
would
an
rather have him than have
But there's
fucking
no
Indians.
Of
difference.
course you would.
Because there's
Panfusa.
no
We already
hold on,
know
hold on.
that.
Jay,
Trust me.
Jay,
Just sit
hold
down
on.
there and be quiet.
We don't know why.
we're gonna vote Democrats for the rest of
I don't know
American
why. I
history.
would
Thank
rather
you very
have-
much.
Hold on, John.
I don't know why I'd rather have a Canadian or someone from Greenland or any of these other places because they're culturally compatible with the nation, right? I would even take a Jamaican over fucking India because at least they have they're
No!
sphere of influence.
Yeah.
I'm saying, hold on. No, here's what I'm saying. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Listening to what I'm saying.
Already proved my
What I'm
point.
saying is this: that at least they're within the sphere of influence. I would consider them before I take a fucking Indian, dude. I'm not taking an Indian. I'm not taking him at all. I would take someone who's in the Americas, right? Who lives on the continent, who lives within close to our nation. Of course, we're not going to take Jamaicans and Haitians and all these other fucking people. I'll take a
Andre,
Canadian because there's no difference
disagree
between an
with you.
American and a Canadian.
Andre, you don't even see the people who are Indians who have been here for like
That's
3 or 4
true,
generations
yeah.
as Americans
I
who
don't.
work in this country.
No, you
who
do.
don't even have
No, you
accents.
see him.
They're
You
not.
trust
Do
me, you
jobs
see
that
him.
you won't do and don't even
They're
know
not.
how to do.
Okay,
Exactly.
What, be a fucking gas station employee for
Let's take a liberal argument
$7.50
right
an
there.
hour?
Liberal argument that conservatives are
So the fuck what if
It's
it
funny
is?
that-
I didn't
hold on.
sit here and
So
say
now
that
we're-
was a
so now
fucking
we're-
Eventually,
okay, all right,
eventually,
now
I have to say,
What
eventually,
it sounds like that.
Why are
I told
we
you.
doing
I don't sit
Eventually-
here and told this fucking party
eventually,
line.
the corporations will replace human labor with robots.
Who the fuck
Okay,
invites that?
here's a
Who
fact
invited the
check on
incel, bro?
India. Higher education system in India includes both public and private universities. Public universities are supported by the union government and the state government. So yes, they do have.
Who established
in fact-
those universities?
Yeah, no. Okay,
Ah,
what the fuck
right.
is that?
The British.
The British, but
The British.
obviously,
Yeah,
But,
but no,
yes, these are. This is free college.
My
This is-
whole
And
argument.
you said private, so that means they also pay for it if it's private.
Yeah,
So wait,
the
do-
two-tier
does
system.
the American system do they accept credentials from
Wait, hold on,
foreign universities?
It's
Yes.
a two-tier. It's a two-tiered
Okay.
system, meaning that there are better schools that are private, but there are a shit ton of public universities that they can go to. And the vast majority of people coming over here, they go to public universities.
You don't have data on that. Don't say it.
They're elite,
what you're saying,
bro. If they didn't go, if they went to private universities, guess what? They wouldn't be here on H-1B. I do know
most of the people who come here H-1B visas come from rich and needy families.
I just said, and they wouldn't be here.
Their average median income is $144,000 per household.
If they were going to private colleges in India, they wouldn't be coming here on H-1B visas. They would be coming here on student visas to go to college here. That's what I was saying.
No. They get the degrees there, and then they come over here for the job.
Yes, and they get them free. They get them free. The vast majority of them get them free over there.
You don't know that. You don't have numbers on that.
No.
You don't know that. You're just saying it.
So let's establish this real quick.
If they have universal education,
you don't know that. You don't know that. What you're asserting, you do not know. You are just saying.
And even then, it's not even just an Indian problem. It is a China problem. It is a foreign issue. The vast majority of places offer free higher education in some form or another. And meanwhile, Americans have to go into debt slavery to get it. You know why? I'm dealing with it now for going to engineering classes.
That's another thing, is that we're seeing a larger push towards manual, like physical labor.
Well, that's anecdotal evidence.
Whatever.
Exactly,
but the thing is that the whole purpose of this is that it doesn't
what's
matter about
anecdotal evidence that American higher education is getting exponentially expensive? That's fact.
That's a fact, yeah. That's something that's been.
No. You inserted your personal situation.
Yeah, I said you want to know how.
That's anecdotal evidence. That's not an argument.
The thing is, my friend.
Hold on, real quick. Can you bring up Holton's last comment? Don't want to address that. First off, it depends on who you're talking to, because I'm pan-racial. I'm in my bleaching season right now. I'll be hitting browning season in about May. So I don't really worry about this shit, because to be honest, I've told all of you, well, not all of you, I've told most of you on this panel this. I can do nothing and be fine. The next 30 years, I'm already banking on. I'm going to be good. Trust me. I'm choosing to be on the side that doesn't want to see civil unrest, because no matter what, I already know I'm going to come out of it ahead.
You're not on the side.
No matter what,
you're on the side of your own self-interest. So you're no different than the establishment.
No. Exactly. I said no matter what, I come out ahead. I could sit back and do nothing and be fine. And choose. Instead, I choose not to. Instead, I choose not to.
Self-interest. You're only.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, he's right, because all of us, we are all men who are completely capable. I just landed a $100,000 a year job. We are all capable of doing good shit, so we're all gonna be fine in the future. I'm losing weight, bettering my life. Jay's improving his life, making investments. Bumpkin has a job. Andre, you retired. Panfuz is making gains. I don't know the other two on the panel. That's fine. Like, at the end of the day, this is all fun and games for me, because it's retarded. Arguing this shit is stupid, because corporations, like, everything that is being said on all sides are true. But why is it true? Jay's not wrong. These immigrants are improving our country, but people aren't replaceable. Bach, Beethoven, they're German. They will always be German. You're not going to get the same culture by replacing people. So that American excellence, you're not going to get from India.
Yeah.
What's American culture?
If you replace the majority of the people of the founding stock of those people, then you will not have the country that you live in now. If you replace Americans with non-Americans, you will not have America. You will not have our Anglo-English.
It's not even that. You won't even have the Constitution. Let me just knock it down to things that people care. Because Indians, the vast majority of Indians that come over here, they don't believe in the Second Amendment. The vast majority of non-white immigrants, period, don't believe in freedom of speech. And those are facts that I could pull up. Please don't make me, because I want to be fucking lazy.
They don't even share the same cultural religion that we do.
That's
the majority of Americans do.
No, don't even have the same religion within their own race.
Yeah, but that's
the Philippines
that's an irrelevant
have a democracy.
In the modern world, religion is irrelevant.
Fucking democracy? What are you talking about? This and here's the fun part. This isn't a fucking democracy. This isn't. They can have democracy over there. It's like 15 million of those 15 billion of those bugs. I don't know how many. It's a lot of bugs over there.
It's 1.5.
1.5 billion bugs. That's a lot of bugs. All right. They can have as much democracy as they want. and throw shit at each other in the street. Here we don't have that, baby. That's why I say these people are not.
You don't see this as a strategy. I don't mean the H-1B thing necessarily. I mean the ties with India and the placements, because there are, by the way, advisors you guys don't even know about and have research that are being placed in that are Indian Americans. There's actually quite a few that I've looked up that are being placed into this administration. I believe that there's actually a strategy going into this.
Yeah, this is
and
terrible.
that it involves decoupling from China.
This is.
I actually do believe that this is. I actually believe because Trump really is gunning towards China, and we rely heavily on China.
Okay.
And the belief is that we're going to decouple from China to. You didn't let me finish. Is to decouple from China to weaken them economically, and therefore take all that shipping and send it towards India until we rebuild our own infrastructure.
Jay,
you know how we get away from China?
We're never going to rebuild our infrastructure because you know what? The same shit we did to the Russians by cozying up to China, by building their manufacturing base and buying from them before they were a superpower, before they were a threat, we made them a threat because we built them economically. We bought from them. We're gonna do the same fucking thing to India, and guess what? You're gonna have a bunch of street shitters doing the same shit they did in Canada, where they bring their ethnic conflict and they kill Canadian citizens because you don't agree. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Indian espionage. That's why so and not only that, the whole fucking reason China even has stealth technology for planes is because of an Indian engineer. You know what?
And they have gravitic technology because of a Chinese spy, by the way, too. They have gravitic technology too.
Okay, let the bugs fight each other. Let the ants and roaches fight each other.
Yeah, we also have a Kalistani as a leader of a political party in the parliament right now.
A what?
Jagmeet Singh. He's a Kalistani extremist.
What the hell is Kalistani?
Jagmeet Singh. He's a.
Where's that?
What is that?
Palestine.
I've never heard of it. Palestinian. Okay, all right. I think you said Kalistani.
No. It's a Sikh movement in India. They're fighting in the streets.
It's a Punjab movement.
It's prevalent and like the Kalistanis are saying, oh, the Canada, it's land of our chosen people now. Yeah, we're chosen to, establish a state within Canada. So
you gotta see it. You gotta see it. You gotta see that India, even though it's 1 billion and something people, here's the thing: it is still suffering from the same shit that Africa is suffering from. Mm-hmm. You took 9-10 different massive ethnic groups and an innumerable amount of minorities, and you squish them together in the nation. That's why Pakistan and Bangladesh. Well, Pakistan separated, and then Bangladesh separated from Pakistan.
They have a fucking caste system. And there's certain people who are untouchable. And the thing is that if you look just look in fucking towards it. You look at any more nationalistic, my people over theirs kind of thing. Why would we not want to build up our own infrastructure and attack China that way?
I never argued against that.
Exactly. Jay never argued against that. That is a non sequitur. There. Jay's not arguing.
What I said was I believe that the strategy is to take the manufacturing and the purchasing of raw materials and goods that we get from China and divert those resources towards India and their infrastructure to weaken China.
Why don't we divert it towards America?
We already do that.
We already have that infrastructure in place. We're going to say, why don't we build it? That takes time and a lot of money.
Okay, that takes time. So what?
It takes time and money. The thing is, we have enough fucking natural resources in America. We just don't.
This nation was built with a lot of time, a lot of blood, a lot of sweat. Who cares how much time it is?
And things have to happen in between.
Jay, where do you think you'd be at on the Indian caste system?
At the top, I would just put on a British accent.
No.
You would be a Dasi.
Serious question. Because here's the thing.
I can't give you a real answer because I don't understand the ins and outs of the Indian caste system.
Do your research on it. You would probably be lower to the middle.
That's fine. I'd be taller.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The Indians, they probably agree with you when they hear you on stream because, he's celebrating us, he's talking about us. But the same way the Muslims in Europe are, when they outnumber you and they don't need you, they're gonna put a knife in your back.
That's also the same thing. Their culture. Their culture is incompatible with Western culture.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, ethnically speaking, culturally speaking, the only difference between Pakistanis and Indians Our religion is religion. The only difference between Sikhs and Indians and Pakistanis is religion.
It's going to change soon, by the way. That is actually going to change in our lifetime.
Yeah. You know what? The white man actually, the Anglos actually divided the Pakistanis and the Indians.
Well, my point in
and we were right by doing so.
Pakistanis initiated it.
We also divided up Africa too. We made countries in Africa.
My point is,
Pakistanis initiated it. Go ahead.
My point in saying is those same rape gangs that you see in Europe, if you bring in more Indians, you will see them here. And by God, if you want to see your friend go to prison, let me find out that shit that happened in Rotterdam has happened down the fucking street. And what happened earlier this year? And you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're saying.
You will see me. You will see me on a Telegram.
I understand. Just please don't bring it up though. Please don't talk about it on stream. I don't want to. Because Bumpkin's channel, I don't know if it'll.
No, I'm just being 100% real because
these are realities with
that shit, that Rotterdam, that rape gang shit. I was the worst white. I was the worst white nationalist when I was studying the Rotterdam situation and the genocide in South Africa. It radicalized me more than anything because I saw it in South Africa. I saw babies being boiled, and when I studied the Rotterdam case, I seen little white girls being taken to fucking prison and jail for calling their rapist packies.
Hey, just like I love the energy, right? Love it. I'm not against it, but instead of saying the R word, could you say grape, please?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's YouTube. It is YouTube. You guys know that. This is a word that flags you. It's a flag word.
Rape on fucking YouTube. You can say
it's America.
Algorithm will flag
it.
Algorithm will flag it.
Yeah, but if you say grape, you're taking away from it. You're taking away from it. You're letting them win, bro.
We shouldn't have had this on YouTube then. We should have had this.
No, I told Bumpkin that when he asked me. I told him, nah, this should be a Rumble thing.
Yeah.
I'm not into this. This is why I get kicked off panels on TikTok. You can't say retard. I've been kicked off like 7.
Well, TikTok's different.
But that's the nature of the way these algorithms are created.
I don't care about that. I don't.
TikTok, TikTok is just engagement farming. It's not really there for discussions. It's like the more engagement you get on TikTok, the more people you have going towards your page. So people will bring you up on TikTok, and then they'll pretend that they want to talk to you, and then they'll talk over you, and then they'll eventually kick you out because you disagree.
I think you probably went up on like one of the big liberal streamers, and like they kicked you off because you just couldn't keep up with the conversation. That's usually I see conservatives go up there.
Yeah.
I just want to make this really clear.
Wow.
I'm not saying that America shouldn't develop any of its infrastructure, or that we shouldn't start taking resources from within the country, or that we shouldn't start training more people. I'm all for all that. But when you actually look at the data and you actually look at the evidence, people aren't choosing these things. And what ends up happening when we have these conversations is, I see, and that's my point right there, Andre. That sentiment right there is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because
when we have these conversations, the blame and the onus goes on the people who just want to come over here to get a fucking job,
I don't
as
want
opposed to looking inward.
I don't
solve the problem first. We want to sit there. We want to look for inward. We want to look inward to fix the problem in here, but we blame people outside of us.
I blame
them.
I don't blame them. I don't blame the immigrant. I blame those at the top that advocate for this shit, and I blame normal people that support it. I don't blame the immigrant. Yeah, he wants a better life, but I don't care about that. I want an American to have a better life. I want the person who's going to school right now to get in these positions, that's working hard, that spends all this money on this shit. And they're going to get in, they get their degree, and like, oh, I got it, I won. And then they start applying. And they're not getting jobs. They're not getting the internship. They're not getting any of this because you know why? Because Muhammad and some fucking Packy has now got it. Fuck that, dude. We're not going to have that. So when you said this, and this goes back to just working out or, trying to learn something, it takes time to invest in yourself. And with a nation that expands beyond yourself, right? The extended family, the entirety of who we are, right? It takes time for us to invest in our homeland, as we've done for almost 250 years. We start bringing other people over here thinking that, well, we can cut the cost, and fuck that. I don't care about the cost. The greatest cost is having our people be left behind and our people losing out. That's the greatest cost there is. There's not a single dollar or dime. I don't care about that. When our people left behind, when our people are not striving towards greatness, that is the greatest cost.
What's the grand poobah solution? What's the grand poobah solution? You were grand poobah for a day.
Wait.
What's the grand poobah solution?
The grand poobah solution, like for the nation, for the people. The first thing is going to be on education.
Let's narrow it. Let's narrow it down. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's narrow it down because if it's too broad, we won't get anywhere. In the confines of legal and illegal immigration, of jobs, of infrastructure, and of economy. Let's work with that framework. Okay, your grand poobah for a day, and within a day you can pass all this shit through. Go.
Yeah, we're getting rid of all the immigrants. There's not going to be any illegal immigrants. Legal immigrants, I'm for, like I said, when it comes to people who historically been here, they have a say. That's it. And I don't think we can do too much with the people who are already legally here. They've got, their children have already. There's nothing you can do about that. You're not going to take away anything from. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So going forward, it's going to be, and no one else comes in. We're going to say, hey, world, we're no longer bringing people into this nation. We're no longer. Oh wow, someone just the 1924 Immigration Act. Yeah, let's go back to that. We're no longer going to have any of these people coming. We're going to focus on our own. We're going to not reform, but overhaul education, right? We're going to make sure we're telling our children. I've already told you my plan for education of breaking up, especially the high schools. I think everyone coming out of high school should have an associate's degree or working towards it, right? They should be working towards it. When you go to college, you're focusing on your bachelor's, your master's, and your doctorates. I think everyone coming out of high school should have an associate's degree so they can go into any career that they put their mind into, put the work into. But this means also we have to make sure that the requirements and the testing, the teaching is even more rigorous, because we just can't have a bunch of people going in there and they just, we lower the quality of getting an associate's, right? That's what we have to have. So we have to cut off immigration. You cannot have a nation if you're trying to constantly replace your people because, it's cheaper. Because I don't know why conservatives have taken this argument that they've been shitting on liberals for. But Americans don't want to do these jobs. Liberals have been saying that. And now conservatives are saying, Americans don't want to do these jobs. Well, when you said this, like, we should bring these Indians over because Americans are not going, they don't want to do these, they don't want to go get these degrees. They don't want to go in these schools. That's a fucking lie, and it's bullshit. Americans don't want to pay the cost of going into these schools. Americans don't want to deal with the bullshit of going into these schools. They want a new way forward. They want a new path. We have to carve that path. So completely overhauling education is very much important. When it comes to the family, right? We're talking about demographics. We're talking about the low birth rate. We have to incentivize people having children. We have to educate the youth on the important roles of men and women in society. I think, Pac said it wonderfully about teaching men and women. He said this earlier when we were talking about men and women, that there's a difference, right? We have our responsibilities. We have our balance. Teach that and incentivize people having children, right? For every child that you get, make sure we're giving tax credits. We're giving, tax cut. We're doing whatever we can to make sure people are raising nice, healthy families, right?
Yeah, not only that, we need to, when it comes to that family thing, we need to make sure that they are married and they are staying together.
Yes, that's, and expanding on family counseling, marriage counseling. All these things are very important.
But hold on, but you got if you're gonna say that you want to encourage marriage, and you know what you need to overhaul. You know exactly what you need.
Family court system.
Exactly. You better overhaul that.
You're taking that shit.
No fault divorce. Get rid of no fault divorce.
It's over the fault divorce. All you bitches are done. All your games over. You whores. No longer.
No, because if we're going to sit here and want to encourage families, want to encourage men and women to stay together, then you got to make sure that if things go sideways, he doesn't get fucked into a coma out of it.
Equal the playing.
Well, here's the thing too. The reason that was given to women, and I will give this to women, is the divorce for women prior to that was completely unfair. You could be the perfect wife, get the shit beat out of you. Your man go, oh nah, bitch, fuck you. I don't want you anymore. I want to run off with another woman. Eventually women get tired of that, and the power of nagging and the power of I'm not going to sleep with you has a lot of pull with motherfuckers who are married.
Yep.
And that's how those original feminists got their way, and that's how we ended up into this, because we let men beat the shit out of their wives and treat their families like shit. That's why we had the whole fucking not abolition, but what is it? Fucking
the suffrage movement.
Yes, not the suffragette movement, but the alcohol movement, the
prohibition.
Yeah, prohibitionist movement. Yeah. The suffragette movement was largely conjoined with the prohibition movement, but that's why we had the prohibition movement, because the quality of American men, as far as family goes, has been shit for a very long time.
This is true.
But we go back to the wages. This is important for the immigration shit. We have to increase their wages and make sure these companies are paying their employees properly, right? This is a problem we have across the board. We've got these companies that don't want to pay their employees. You know why? It's because they can't do it. These small businesses, they can't fucking do it. They can't do it and stay open. They have to increase the prices or cut the fucking labor, cut the people, or lower the wages. What they have to do. So we have to get rid of that. We have to fix that in this country. We can't allow these corporations to say, fuck you, we're going to go to this other country because I want to make money. This is why capitalism is fucking terrible, right? Fuck capitalism. Because we've allowed a system to fester and grow where you have just this entire organism that decides that I want to fuck over.
Corporatism.
It's not corporatism. It's not corporatism.
It's the
At all.
modern
Here we
definition of
go.
corporatism.
You
It's
wanna
not
say the modern
real
definition?
corporatism.
Oh boy.
Bumpkin's eyes, like
Oh
someone
yeah,
said
I'm
it.
going there.
It's trigger word.
You just made me flash. You just made me flash to the past, dude. Stop. Don't
Oh
fucking
yeah.
say that.
Oh yeah.
Don't say
That was my. Oh yeah.
Don't fucking say that. Don't
Corporatism.
say
Oh,
that.
you want me to get my fedora? I get my fedora.
Ah!
Pulls out like a
Hang
fucking
on.
25 stack of books about fucking corporatism and fashion.
Shut up.
But it's but yeah, no, the thing is that like I said, I was trying to say, it's like, why aren't Americans taking these fucking jobs? It's because a lot of these places don't offer living wages, or they're using affirmative action and the fucking push diversity as goals. And the thing is that they're also there's outside of tech companies, there has been a lack of manual labor, but that's also because it's a lot of the manual labor pays like shit. I don't know if any of you have been apprenticed at a fucking construction company, but that fucking first year that you're an apprentice fucking sucks, and it pays like ass.
Wait, who's
And
an
a lot of,
apprentice for a year?
what?
I just came back and I heard apprentice for a year.
Apprentice, yeah, for a year.
Oh, apprentice. My bad. I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm sorry.
But you know, like the pay is shit, and no one wants to. And the living standards have increased dramatically when it comes to prices. I'm good that I live in a lower income area to where I can afford the rent, but like most rents is almost almost $2,000 fucking dollars now, where most people don't even make that in a month, living off of federal income. The standard for $725 in most states.
My biggest problem with when Vivek or somebody talks about American culture, I don't care if they were born in America or they're an immigrant. My biggest problem is they obfuscate the fact that they want to pretend like H-1B visa shareholders and immigrants, both illegal and legal, don't live 8 people to a house. And they have a lower standard of living.
Yeah.
And they sacrifice a lot of freedom for that. That just goes to show they're just not fundamentally compatible with America. Because they want Americans to have less so that we can share more and they can have cheaper labor.
Yeah.
And that gets on my nerves. That's why I'll never be pro-immigrant.
Slavery came back tomorrow, how many of these fucking corporations do you think that would just be hightail on that shit?
Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
They say that the thing is that we treat corporations like fucking people in this country, which is a horrible fucking thing.
Bro, in 2 fucking days. Mark Zuckerberg literally de-tranified and almost de-gayed all of Facebook.
Yeah.
In 2
They bring in McDonald's. All these companies.
They're bringing in community notes, right?
Yeah.
You guys know that, right? Yeah. No more fact checkers. Community notes from now on.
Because of Elon buying Twitter and seeing the success and having people and seeing that people are disgruntled with what's going on, seeing that people would rather see. Here's the thing. Here's where the beginning question is: violent revolution necessary? Yes and no. You have to show the establishment that you are willing to burn it the fuck down and suffer, and not just burn it and riot and then bitch because you don't have anything, but actually deal with those consequences because you would rather starve or you would rather lose out than have to deal with their bullshit. And that's, guess what? Metaphorically speaking, because of the people who support Trump, not because of Trump. Andre's right. I don't like Trump. I've always said I don't like Trump. He is the foundation of the next nationalist movement. He is going to sell us out. He is going to sell out a lot of people. He's not going to be the nationalist hero that we think he is. It's just how he is. But he is setting up the foundation for the next nationalist movement. And with people chose Trump, and we know this, all of America, regardless of if you toe the party line or not, we know this. We know it in our heart of hearts. And the Democrats and Republicans know that we know it. They know it. And because they see that we are willing to suffer with the consequences of our vote to elect this man, no matter what they call him. Hell, they literally convicted him and charged him just so they could call him a felon. So they go, neener, 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 he's a felon.
Yeah.
They didn't give him any punishment or anything. They seen this, and they seen how the American people are. They seen how the American people reacted, and they know that if shit keeps going the way it is, eventually we will burn this motherfucker to the ground.
Which we have a right to do.
Do whatever.
Yeah.
And only we do. Not immigrants, not H-1Bs, not Indians. Only the whites, blacks, and Hispanics of this country have a right to burn it to the fucking ground because it's ours.
But not the red man who was here before everybody.
That's a different kind of subject because they're not really a part of this country.
No, he's shitting on me. It's a personal attack between me and him because me and him had
attack. That's not meant to be an attack.
It's a personal joke. It's an inside joke, not an attack.
Because you can even use the Native Americans.
I don't believe Native Americans should be American citizens because they're sovereign tribes. They have their own sovereign territory.
Own fucking countries inside our country. It's the whole argument, and that also goes into the argument is that it's the blood and soil, and it's the people who make the nation, the state.
Not even that. We just fought wars against them. We've had to fight them. Whites and blacks have had to fight them since this country's foundation.
Is that people say, well, the Native Americans were here first. Is America belongs to them? No, they don't. They have their own tribes, they have their own land.
They have their own tribes. I would say that they're still part when we talk about America and the people who were here on this.
They're the highest welfare users in America right now, but that's because we subsidize their entire tribes for existing. But when you come to the cultural aspects and the ethnical, founding stock of America, they're not Americans. No, they're their own people. But they didn't make America. Americans made America. Are we going
to deport them too?
Yeah, to the Hoya, get to the reservation.
No, well, the thing is that you don't have to deport people who already have their own technical sovereign nation, and that live in it mostly. And the thing is that
let me ask you something. I know you joke about that, but do you realize the commingling between our nation states, us and the tribes, means that when you go out west, 90% of the land that you travel through is actually native land, right? Like when I was a trucker and I was in Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah,
Oklahoma,
a lot of that was tribal land that you travel through. And if you get pulled over, you better not have any pot on you. You better not be drinking and driving because that's automatically a federal offense. Because you're making an ass of yourself in a sovereign territory.
Yeah.
Like half of Oklahoma is fucking Cherokee territory, but it's like the thing.
And since you're not native, you will be picked up by the local sheriff and you will be transported and it is a federal crime. You go to federal.
My brother in Christ, I was jamming the fuck out when I was a truck driver and drove through 5 counties without stopping for a tribal chief, and I had a marshal put handcuffs on me. It's not a local sheriff, it's a fucking federal marshal.
God damn.
Either way,
only reason I didn't go to jail is because he was tailing the tribal cop was trailing way too close for me behind my trailer for me to see him. So, hey, it is what it is.
But it's either way. It's the people that make the nation and the state that confines them. The thing is that if say we go to fucking Mexico and we replaced every Mexican with a fucking Swedish person, then it wouldn't be Mexico. It would just be Sweden.
Sweet
part
Mexico.
2.
It'd be Sweet Mexico.
Swede. I don't know what the Swedish word for Mexico is.
Mexico.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? That is true to a point. You do have cultures that blend and come together after years and years and years. If you the question that you should be asking is, do we want to turn Ohio into Calcutta?
Hell no.
As bad as Ohio is, Calcutta is worse.
Smell. I'm not doing that. Fuck that.
Are we ready? Are we ready for the next topic?
Yes. We spent like almost an hour on that one topic.
It was a good topic. It was a good topic.
I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to throw you to the wolves, but I just knew it'd get the panel's blood pumping.
No, I mean that's fine. I mean, listen, man. I knew the moment that was said, I was like, all right, so I'm gonna be outnumbered at least 5-1, but I already accepted that, so that's fine.
Most times when I do this,
I hoped.
Go ahead.
You're,
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
you're a foreign girl on an Indian train.
I mean, most times when I have these discussions, anyways, it's either tied or my side's outnumbering the opposition. So this is fair, actually. This is fair.
You're ready to get outnumbered again. All right, next topic.
I'm sure I will.
What is American culture?
Bro, we've already did. I thought we already.
No,
did.
we
No,
didn't.
I asked the
No,
question, but
he asked the question.
yelling
It
over
was
each other.
never
Yeah.
answered.
It was never answered.
What is American culture? It's
Yeah.
the extension of it comes from a Anglo-Western idea, and the thing is that American culture, by its foundation, is a European identity. Which, like, the thing is that people
Nah.
forget, like, the word
It's
white,
big boobs, Hooters,
big boobs, football,
McDonald's.
roll tide,
Exactly.
fucking
Exactly.
Rock and roll, Kid Rock.
What era are you talking about? What is American culture? Because when you have a country with more than a 50-year lifespan, right? Because most of the countries that we talk about today have only a history over 10 or 15 years. The Russian Federation, right? It's only got a 20-year history. Yeah, Russia as a whole has gone through different iterations, but the Russian Federation itself, the Chinese, like the CCP, only has a 80-year history. You have
Russia's
watching
a
Star
bad
Trek.
example.
Stop
Russia's a
judging me,
bad.
okay?
I'm not
Russia's a
judging
bad
you. I'm just curious. I hear Star.
because
No,
of
no,
the way
because
that they
that can
handle
hurt
racial.
Pumpkin's stream. Actually, you're playing music, Star Trek music.
Oh, my bad. Well, let me talk over it real quick. The simple fact of the matter is, you have different
can.
eras. You have the colonial era, you have the post-colonial era, you have the Industrial Revolution era, or the American Victorian Age, which is the Industrial Revolution. You have the pre-Civil War era. Then you have the Annabella period. Then you have the the expansionist era or manifest destiny era, which happens right after the antebellum period. And then you have the World War I era. Then you have the World War II era. Then you have the post-war era. Then you have the information age. Then you have the atomic age. And now you end up in the post-information age.
Yeah.
So
Either
which
way.
era? Because each era in America has its own cultural zeitgeist. So which one do you want?
If I may, we live now. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
I don't
live
know.
now. Yeah.
We can reference back to those times for points of reference, but we live
today. Yeah, America has no connection to Europe. Most Americans, they don't. They have no.
Well, I'm not talking about even then. Like we have.
I'm not even arguing with you. I'm talking about what Pan Food is saying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree with everything.
I know. I agree. Yeah, me and you.
I wasn't saying that we were an extension of Europe. I'm just saying we have very Western European values that are still very similar today, especially with the UK being majority of original founding stock Americans were white WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants.
I'm gonna have to.
Most of the country's German. That's not even Anglo.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut to Jay on this because
immigrants.
Jay's not wrong. American culture is consumerism. But let me ask, Jay, that's not the win you think it is.
Yeah.
Because everything that you hate and you complain about America is because of current American culture.
But listen, that may be true, but the question
this culture is artificial. It's not something that we have adopted. It is something that has been thrust upon us.
Yeah. You're not even talking about the natural. We're talking about the culture of people. Yeah, it's not the shit that we consume and the shit that we watch, right? That's what it is today. Right? That's like the layer of it. We dig deeper. No, it's how we innovate, how we think,
well,
how we
yeah,
act, our style of how we dress, how we talk. I mean, American goes over to Europe. You gotta be able to tell that motherfucker's an American. And a black dude can go over to Africa. He ain't from here. Who that nigga? Who that nigga on that nag? An Asian that may be born in California can go back to China and hang with the Chinglings. They're gonna be able to tell him this nigga's from he's not from here, because we have our own culture, our own identity.
Well, the culture stems from that, the Anglo kind of idea. It's very individualistic. Is that what is mine? And that's a very Northern European idea, is that I have my land, I have mine, we don't share this land. Our culture with rifles stems from us having to fight off Native American tribe raids. our law system is very, European Anglo.
Our system is German.
Yeah, like a lot of
Yeah,
the
Anglos
things you're
are
saying
German.
is that the Anglos. Okay. Well, here's
Anglos
Well,
are
listen,
German.
if that was
They're
the case,
Germanic tribe.
well,
Whatever.
look,
America
you
separates
can say
itself from Europe
America.
significantly.
America has absorbed other
America's still Anglicized.
America has absorbed. I'll let you speak in a minute. I just want to make this point, Andre.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
America has absorbed other territories in this country as it was expanding and incorporated those cultures. When they purchased Florida from the Spanish, they didn't kick all the Spanish people that were still living there. When America purchased the Louisiana territory, they didn't kick out any of the French people that were living there.
We're worse off for it.
When they purchased. Jesus Christ. Well, so you just never stop, do you? Every territory that they purchased and or incorporated into the United States, whether it be through purchase or conquest,
The French are a bane
still-
to humanity. Okay,
they not only kept
Your
those
mother's a
territories,
bitch.
Come on, man.
they not only kept those territories, but they also kept
You
the
speak
people
French?
and incorporated their cultures into the American culture as a whole.
Et tout mon pourtant, c'est le fucking
Get that
shit.
French guy.
Je suis,
Don't you do that.
je suis
OGW.
un peu
We need
français,
OGW.
en français,
Hold
en
on, hold on.
français. Bon, bon,
Yes,
bon,
yes,
bon,
yes.
bon, bon, bon.
Michael, Orthodox. I think Jay too. We all remember that fucking streams. Don't you
I do.
ever try to speak
I do,
French
yeah.
on this
Hey,
fucking-
when you guys annex Canada, you have to deal with
Shut up,
Quebec.
Canadian. We're not talking to Canucks. We're talking to Cancun. Don't you ever try to speak French anywhere because we.
we're talking to the lowest class of American, the French.
Andre,
American.
that's like the N word for Canadians. That's like the N word for them.
I
Come
know
on.
Canucks are like disgusting to me, but they'll be a part of America. They're
Speaking
like the
monkey.
other North Dakotans, all right?
Whoa,
The point I'm gonna get
whoa.
it is this. The point I'm gonna get it is this. Okay, if you're
I
gonna
don't
say
want
that
them.
American culture is just the whole anglicized bit of American culture, it's just not true because otherwise it would reflect in our society today. Even if you take all the woke shit out, even if you take all the cultural diversity aspect out, at every point in American history, when it absorbed a territory in one way, shape, or form, it did not destroy the cultural identity of those people. Maybe you could say the Native Americans to an extent, but they still clung on to it. And even
Fuck
now,
it did.
Yeah,
The
Native
fuck
Americans
it
are
did.
the only one.
it hasn't. It hasn't.
The fuck it did. What the
Look,
fuck?
we
It
don't
hasn't.
do.
are you
We
talking
It
don't
about?
hasn't.
do
If that was the
rain
case,
dances.
if that
Yeah,
was
we
the
don't do
case,
that,
if that was the
yeah.
case, if that was the case, you wouldn't see such heavy French influences in old parts of the French territories, especially in Louisiana. You sure as hell wouldn't see it in the Southwest as you see it right now with Chicano culture,
Because
or
they're
in
not
Hawaii
even
that you see
French.
with
They're
Polynesian culture.
fucking Cajun. The Cajuns aren't even
Where do you
really
think that
French.
came from?
Yeah,
That
The
came
Come on,
Cajuns
from
man.
the
French.
Like
people who
you're
settled there.
splitting hairs now.
No,
I mean,
no, hold
are
up. The
you serious, my
Cajuns are an
guy?
admixture of different fucking people. They're not just
You-
French.
Just
They're
as
definitely
bad.
Spanish.
Yeah, no, they're an
Oh,
admixture,
we will
absolutely.
unite Great Quebec.
But the thing
We will
is,
annex.
to establish
We will
this,
Fuck
is
annex
that
Canadian.
Louisiana.
the large amounts
Someone
of
said something. I
German
wanted
or
to hear what
Norwegian
they
or
had to say.
Czech immigration from Europe is very more recent. The foundation of that, most people still trace their ancestry back to English roots. And the thing is, with our law system, with our type of government, with our
Because
own
nobody cares
ideas of
about that.
morality, come from a
Nobody
Western
cares about
European
that.
style.
A lot of
And
people don't
nor,
fucking care about that. They don't really care about
but
that
that's
shit. They
the
care about where they come
American
from.
culture.
In
If you
America,
want
here's
to
the thing.
stem
No,
it
it's
from
not the
there,
American
hold up.
culture.
But that is, if you
It's not.
take out all the diversity and you
This is
take
our
out all the
original
gay,
argument we
the
had for
neoliberal gay shit, it is a contemporary Christian
You know who has an
identitarian.
identifiable American culture? Honestly, black
What?
people do.
Yeah.
Black people actually have an identifiable American culture. This is where Andre gets it right for sure. In fact, on the stream we had when you
So
debated
do white people.
Bindu. In fact, when you
White
debated
people
Bindu,
do?
no. When he debated
White
Bindu, and I asked him, "What's American culture?" He was actually, "What's black culture?" You were actually able to give a response to what that was very easily, and it's verifiable.
Well,
and guess what? Even from the turn of the century, over 100 years ago till now, it hasn't changed that much. It's easily
neither has the
recognizable.
white culture.
Maybe there's a
because
white
you-
culture is where both the culture of black and white people is mixed together. It's very mixed together, but it's its own thing in its own way, right?
Well, it
It's
goes
very
also goes by
A lot
region.
of white culture is regional. It depends
Yeah,
on the region you're looking
goes
at.
by
Well,
region.
even with black culture, well, the thing with black culture is that blacks have always been a minority in this country, and they have been consistently within
I've
one
never
area.
really considered black people a minority.
They're
I mean,
less
He
than
means by
they're
numbers.
less than
He means by
50% of the
population
population.
size.
They're
Yeah.
still 13%. They have almost been 13 to 14% in our country
You're
for our
right.
entire
In terms of our
history. They have
influence, in
never
terms of our influence and
never
power,
gone at
baby,
least
hey,
20%.
we beat all these people. All right. When it comes to blacks and whites, yeah, we may be 13%, but nigga, hey, we got a black president. We almost had a black bitch in office.
Hey, he wasn't. He was mixed. He was mixed, bitch. He was
so now you
He wasn't even American.
once again.
He wasn't even American.
CT was
He was
right.
from Kenya.
You're not even American, other than being in North America, so you can't even talk. Anyway, Obama was black.
Soon to be
now Obama's
American.
black.
Well, out of the
You
majority,
will
one guy
But
out of the majority of white presidents.
When it comes to Kamala and Obama, no, they're black. I don't
The white man wins again.
Kamala's not fucking black. She's
Kamala
fucking
is
part
black.
Indian, dude. What
No,
the fuck
she's
you
black.
talking about?
She's black.
She's half Indian.
She's
I mean, Obama. To be
She's
fair,
more
was-
Indian than black.
I just want to be clear, real quick, Audrey. Are you of the persuasion that if there's any black, it's all black?
No, what I'm saying is that culturally, where does she align with more? I see that
She's not culturally. She was born in
No.
Canada.
She aligns with whatever is politically popular.
I do agree with that. Actually, I agree with that part.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
That is
Audrey.
definitely fair. But the thing is
Yeah.
that culturally, how she grew up, how she was raised, and a lot of things that she adhered to. Black.
She was raised in a middle class house.
Okay,
Here's the
well,
thing. Here's the
either
thing. Hold on.
fucking way.
I want everyone
Either
to go watch
fucking way.
I want everyone to go watch The Imitation of Life. Beautiful movie, and it's got this girl. She looks white, right? But her mother's black. And she's trying to date this boy, white boy. And she's like, I don't you ever come meet my parents. He's like, I want to meet your parents. Like, no, don't ever do that. And he finds that her mother's black. She's like, you're a nigger. You guys were trying to be funny.
That's not funny to me.
When was it? What was the time period this was set in?
I think this was set in the 50s. That the movie came out in
Okay.
1950. Wonderful movie. But you look at a lot of these people, they culturally lie in this way and they feel that way. What are you going to tell them? Well, they're not actually black. Well, this is what they've been raised by. This is what they've grown up with. This is what they.
Well,
they
in
dress
terms
the same
of
way.
Kamala, she's not. Her father was fucking Jamaican and her mother was from India.
Right.
And she was born in fucking Canada.
Okay. I don't.
She's either out of fucking.
Hey, how does that even work? If she was born in Canada, how would she? How would she be able to be vice president?
Just some Americans. She was not realize the Canadians in American politics.
No, the Canadian menace must end. The Canadian influence in our politics.
Either way. So what the point I was trying to make
Oakland,
is that
Oakland. Yeah.
the point I was trying to make
More like
is that blacks have historically been contained to a large majority, a single area in the South majorly, until they went up north during Reconstruction and afterwards. But the thing is white people still being the majority and have been in the majority for the longest time, and for the majority of our history, the supermajority, 90-80%, until after 1973, under Lyndon B. Johnson. The regional East Coast mostly, because West Coast for the majority of its history, it's just been like whoever moves out there. East Coast, you have the South, you have you have the Mason-Dixon line, you have the Yanks, you have the Dixons. They have been historic. The Rust Belt, yeah, whatever. But those two cultures have been very unique in their own ways. And because the thing is, you have to look at American. You can't just say American culture and having it as a pan identity, because then you just go into, well, it's consumerism, it's capitalism, it's individuality, whatever. But if you look into more regional things, Mason-Dixon lines, the Dixons being the accent even being a just very slowed down version of Southern England. It depends on where they came from. The Appalachians, they have a lot.
What's being said here is that America, in its own way, has its own separate culture, and I don't think you have an understanding of how culture works.
Because we're louder, we're more arrogant in that kind of way. Like if you go to Europe,
got guns, baby.
We got guns, baby. The way we speak, the way we dress, all these things, right? It's our music. That's a part of culture. Our architecture, our art. Of course, we've destroyed all this shit in the last fucking 40 years. We look at the music and look at the architecture, art, all that shit. But yeah, when we have a culture that's well defined, it's separate from these other places, separate from our ancestral homelands.
Well, yeah, we've been here for 300-400 years, you know.
Yeah. That's my whole thing. Like that's my whole point, is that when people say like, well, America is an extension of Europe, I'm like, no, it's no longer. If this was 1890, then I would probably agree with you. This was 1812. Yes, I would very much agree with you. But today in the 2025, no, we're not, sadly.
You know what happened in 1812?
I'm not saying
America was almost Canada.
Excuse me.
All right, first off, Canadian, they were British. You were propped up by Britain.
We're still British.
You didn't have your
We're still
independence
British.
until
No,
after
you know,
World
you know,
War II.
you know what, you know what.
You're still gay. I tell you.
You know what? You know what? 1812. All right, cool.
Yeah, we're coming back,
1812. We'll do 2025. All right, we'll
Oh, yeah,
burn
baby.
Ottawa to the fuck. Actually, you know what? We burnt Ottawa to the ground. That's why they burnt the White House. Again, we burnt one of your cities. You burnt one of our buildings. The Muslims burnt two of our buildings. We burnt two of their countries.
Oh yeah, baby.
All
We're
right.
coming back better,
What are
baby.
you talking about?
Oh, yeah, dude. America.
Either way, well, let me rephrase what I said.
All right.
Is that our culture stems from it, not necessarily it's connected from it. It's a
The foundation.
It's
The foundation
this
is yes,
dysphoria.
Yeah.
It's dysphoria in some way that we stem from it because the founding stock of American identity and American culture were mostly Northwesterner Europeans. They're from the British Isles, the English, the Scots, and the Celts.
But still, like I said, you're kind of still.
Look,
that is majority.
As Americans, let's set our differences aside and realize one thing. That we don't want to go down this line of thinking that we're connected to Europe, because then that gives the modern British man, the ability to talk shit. And there's nothing more annoying than hearing a British accent run their fucking cocksucker team.
You have no idea.
They're not even the original
You have
British
no idea.
accent. We are.
I actually called
We
you
are.
guys in for reinforcements one time when I was arguing on Simon's stream.
Oh
He
yeah,
was talking about how America was shit. Yeah, he talking about how America was shit. I was like, bro, we beat y'all asses in 2
Hey, look, hold on.
We pay for your health
I'm
care.
not gonna lie.
We pay for your military
that
budget that we
stream,
have health care.
And you arguing about that song? That got us some good ass music. I love the bitches that made Cuzzos.
Yeah, exactly. That I mean,
Hey,
honestly, I don't even fuck with hip hop like that anymore. But actually,
Hey,
those
them
are
bitches
bangers.
was fire. Them bitches
Yeah, I
was
know.
fire.
They actually are
Speaking of bangers,
Hip-hop.
Jay, what did you think about the music I sent you?
I've been arguing this whole time. I haven't got a chance to listen to it.
Either way,
Tragic. You should listen to
essentially,
tracks.
I will. I will. We've just been,
the
we've been arguing.
American culture, in its fundamental idea, is a very individualistic because we have a very big idea of property. It is very defensive because we have we're very argumentative people, and we're a very defensive people because we had to, because of our fucking colonial empire that this empire that we established. We fought off like hordes of fucking tribesmen. We fought multiple wars of our neighbors, and we're also very I would say very proud people. We're very industrious. The Protestant work ethic, it's a very big thing. The Protestant the Protestant religion is still the largest religion in America, and it always has been. And the thing is that we go into that we're very religious because, well, the first people to actually establish a working settlement in America were fucking Puritans. Fucking.
They didn't even celebrate Christmas.
No, they and well, that's the thing. The Americans for the longest time, after a certain time, didn't celebrate Christmas at all because it was considered a British holiday. We wanted to exceed ourselves from the British entirely. But the thing is that the American stock, the American foundation, was based off that law system that did come from Europe. I'm not saying that we are an extension of Europe, though a majority of our people.
Be real. If it was you that day at the end of the very end of the Civil War, would you have ratified the 13th?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, really?
I plead the fifth because I actually have family on both sides of the war, so I can't.
You see,
give an
and
opinion.
this is why. How can we as Americans put our differences aside when we don't even want to really acknowledge who are Americans and who are not?
Well, see,
And this is always going to be the problem.
It's a different
Always be
argument.
the issue.
If we
That's
if
an
we
entirely
fuck it, let's just
different
annex
argument.
Canada.
if we're speaking for right now, it's irrelevant because it was done, and to retroactively undo that would cause more harm than it would be worth. But if we're talking about then you can make that argument.
Yeah,
Is it good or bad?
I was
What would
definitely
you
on
do?
whole Lincoln's idea of certain things.
Lincoln,
Liberia.
get on the boat, get in the car.
But it's
So Lincoln was right, but hey, fuck Lincoln, and good thing I'm here. Good thing he got shot. All right.
I mean, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
As a Lincolnite hater, all right, I agree.
Were there any good presidents, you guys? Were there any good presidents? Not even Lincoln was good. Lincoln wasn't good either.
Teddy Roosevelt. But Lincoln was arguably the worst president for the nation.
I disagree.
I know I'm not supposed to argue because you guys are supposed to argue, but looking at his, the destruction that he did to the South, and
he
not
suspended habeas corpus.
And not wanting to rebuild the South.
Yeah, he needed to suspend habeas corpus. He was about to
he
fight
basically
a war.
freed a bunch of people that were enslaved for
Bush,
hundreds of years.
You know what? Bush and Trump should suspend.
Hey, here's a completely destroyed economy. Try to go live in that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's not the best.
He wanted
thing
to free them
right?
that way he could send them back. He wanted the freedom that way he could send them back.
That fell through. So
because the company that formed Liberia went bankrupt, but out of topic. And if I was there at the Civil War, I would be a good old rebel. I would fucking be fucking fighting people just because. Do I think slavery was good?
I'm a Southerner.
No.
I probably wouldn't even be a rebel. I think it's kind of gay. Like the whole we are pseudo knights type deal. It's like, bro, pick a lane.
You have to realize a lot of autism. Let's get off of that. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. No one cares. Today's today. Today's modern. But the thing is that in the terms of modern American culture, there really isn't a defined culture because we have so many fucking people that won't conform to a single culture. And that's the thing, is that if it literally was not for immigration from Europe, after we became a country, we would have a very homogenous, very pinpoint, these are fucking American culture. It's just we have allowed so many people into our country that wouldn't either conform. It's like, you go to fucking Jersey, there's an entire bunch of people who say that they're Italian, but fucking they're not.
I disagree with you, bro. I think had it not been for both the First World War and Second World War, even if America was ethnically homogenous, white people here, you'll be just like Europe. It's because of those wars and the unity that brought these people together, and that separation, that kind of solidified this separation. Like, we don't want any part of this. We're going to fight. We don't really give a fuck about any of these people. We're just going to do it because we don't want them over here. That pretty much cemented that. And then the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s pretty much, settled that as well. I just think that the culture today is just the surface level is just consumerism. Sadly, it's very artificial, as what Pax said. And deeper down, it's about you added to this about what you said about Americans, about who we are as a people, who we are as individuals, what we do, our actions. It's more than what we consume. It's more of what's in our blood, what's in our character, and that's well defined. We see that every day. Like I said, look at our culture. Our culture spans beyond the world. We're not even talking about the consumer shit. We're talking about, like I said, the music, the architecture, the power. People want to be American. People want to be us. Of course, they'll never be that, but they will go through great fucking trials to come over to this nation because they think I can be an American. I want to be one. Of course, they'll never be that. Just like
they come over here and don't adapt to the culture. The thing is that it's what was I trying to say?
That's very recent, by the way. That's very recent, by the way.
The fuck was I trying to say?
Not playing this again, Pax.
Come on, play it. Starting at 20 seconds. I need the Canadian to know.
That whole not adapting to the culture is a very recent thing, which I think has been manufactured more so than a byproduct of immigration.
That's what I was going to say. Well, the thing is that you also have to realize we're a very fucking young nation compared to all over the fucking world. It's like the thing in Europe, you can find a very distinct culture if you go to France, if you go to England, if you go to Germany, but because that people have been there for thousands of fucking years and have had the chance to develop that. Well, we're very fucking new when it comes to world history kind of thing. We only been a country for almost 400 years.
No, 248.
I thought it was 300.
No,
it's 248.
1776.
Going on 249.
We've only been a country. We only been a country, and even then, before that, the colonial areas didn't even fucking agree with each other. If you were for fucking Virginia, you weren't technically considered.
Well, the reason we as a nation have a 400-year history is because of our unique situation with colonialism.
Yeah. And that's how most colonialism countries are. It's like, look at Australia. Yeah, there's a very distinct culture. But it's not, as distinct as if you would go to fucking like Sweden. They had thousands upon thousands of years, and it's the kind of time that comes over. And we do have very, these specific people are American and these people are not. But also, we have a country who wants to change that. We have an administration who wants to change that, and they think that anybody who comes over here and gets paperwork and has a job and pays taxes is an American, but that's not true. As someone who lives in the South, especially in Texas, you have a lot of people who have been here generational, Hispanics, and they don't really like share any kind of the shit that like I'm really into or other Americans are really into, and they're very isolationist in some parts. But then again, it's the influence of the home country kind of thing. We're right fucking there. It's the same thing in other countries. There's Alice Lorraine.
Well,
There's a lot of Germans in Alice Lorraine.
Maybe Southern Texas, maybe the Hispanics there have a different culture that is unique to that region that they've had for centuries. Maybe
To
that's
a point,
the case.
but the thing is, if you look into Texas culture, Texas history, it has been a majority white country. White state until more recently. Like Texas is a white minority state now. And the thing is, if you go out to like Waco, you can see hordes of illegal immigrants just sitting.
All right, Jay. You know
For
what? Duel me, motherfucker.
For now, there's.
Listen. I know you're saying for now, but realistically, Piv, and this is not a shot against you, a shot across the bow whatsoever. But if a bunch of those people get legalized as asylees or get a legal asylee status, they cannot legally be deported. It's codified into law.
It's not even asylum.
No, it's not yet. It's not yet. It's not going to happen. Yeah. And Muslim, give me a second because I got to clarify this because I know what I'm talking about. The reason why it's not going to happen is because it's codified into law. When you're illegally given asylee status, you cannot be deported. So unless there's going to be filibusters in the state and it should be in the Senate and House to decodify that law, it's not going to change. And if you have already conceded that by the midterms it's going to go blue, that means it's not going to happen.
It's not going to go blue.
I also know what I'm talking about, and what will happen instead of giving them asylum status is they'll.
That wasn't towards you, Muslim.
No, I know. I'm just saying what's going to happen is they're going to give the illegals amnesty. It's more than likely what's going to happen.
No. Fuck Reagan.
You do understand? Okay, that was the one part that Trump was mad about because that was like a workround of illegal immigration. That's what that Biden did immediately when he got into office.
Wait, yes, Reagan. You know how I know Reagan is in hell? I was there last year and I saw him. He was like, "Pax, help me," and I'm like, "Reagan, no,
we gotta give them amnesty."
I was in
a Hollywood film, and
in fact, the reason why I know that's the case is because when Trump had the debate with Kamala. He even said that's the reason why you had 30,000 Haitian migrants in the country because they were instantaneously given asylee status because of that law.
Satan, give me the pineapple when it comes to Reagan.
Beat the fuck out of Reagan, dude.
Kill Reagan. Curb stop Reagan. Throw Reagan babies off the cliff.
We're going to fucking do like that one pope. We're going to put his corpse on trial.
I want to bring Reagan back to life just so I can. Never mind.
Easy. Come on.
To any federal agents listening onto this podcast,
I'm very serious. Jay,
I am one of them.
I want you to know. I want you to know that Jay Rillo financed me.
See, here you go. Why are you trying to drag me down, motherfucker? Come on. Why are you trying to drag me down too?
I'm not going down alone.
Don't drag me down. Come on. I don't want to be no Tekashi. Come on, bro.
Jay financed me, and Bumpkin facilitated my actions.
Is there anybody else that want to give Dante? I haven't heard from you for a while. Have you anything to say? Is he even here?
Not really. I've just kind of been listening to you guys talk. I guess all I would say is about American culture. It's very regional, would be my stance on it. Like if you go into southern Louisiana, I think you can see a definite culture, like a Cajun culture, very regional though. With black people, I think there's a very defined black culture with people from the southern land of America, who are especially like white Southerners, have a pretty distinct culture from northern whites and from southern blacks. So Dixie or Appalachia, whatever you want to. There's Appalachia.
Even in, like I said, even in different parts of fucking the South, like you get
Yeah,
up to the
you have
coastline
entirely
where I was
different
born.
cultures, right? So
Yeah.
you
The
know,
South and the Deep South.
Appalachia could be like a sovereign nation.
You have Texas,
Fucking
which is
third
very
floor.
much its own culture. The Southwest, very much its own culture. Someone brought up Chicano identity. Yeah, that's a very big thing. And the southwestern part of America with the Hispanic population there. So there's a lot of regional cultures, which is why I've always kind of held to more of the view that America is a civilization. Right, with a lot of like regional identities. I mean, that's the way it's developed organically. Is it's become like this large biosphere in which various peoples, exist and have their own regional cultures. So that's what America is at this point, practically.
Indirect empire. We're like the Romans, kind of just not
In a
cool.
sense, we're like a shittier version of the Romans.
We're really
And that's not
shitty
even
version
counting
of
the
Romans.
territories or the non-continental states that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can go into Puerto Rico, or you could go into like so we have a lot of Pacific territories.
The American Samoas,
American
Samoa.
Yeah, they have their own
Hawaii.
unique-
That is a state, and
Hawaii.
Yeah, you have your own unique cultures. Yeah, exactly. So you have these
Are
different regions that have.
Hawaiians American?
I would say that there's not so much like of an American culture. I'd say
Stop.
there's an American civilization, but there's not really a definite American culture. I would say there are certainly cultures within America, if that makes sense.
On the continental, like on the continent, I would say that they're all. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with.
But the continent dictates the continent dictates the ebb and flow of what the rest of the territory.
You do understand that the culture that we recognize as American culture is an artificial culture for the elites, right? It's
100%. The culture is enforced by the state.
It stems from that radio and actor accent from like the 1930s, the Atlantic or whatever.
Can we pull up the comment right there, 1104? Do you think
that's not a bad topic?
That's not a bad. It should
God,
be.
I fucking wish.
Did he say company unironically?
No,
he said country.
He said country. He's
okay.
So his text before, I think he's German, so I don't think his English is that good.
Vice.
So, why there's a German watching? I don't know, but welcome, bro. I don't know.
It should be, my friend, and it will be.
Based real.
Socialist in what sense? Marxist or like actual like proper socialist?
Obviously we're not
Teddy Roosevelt.
Marx. Like we're not talking
all that aside, all
socialism?
that aside, we don't want to open this can of worms, but yeah.
No. Let's open this can of worms.
That is a perfect logical question to ask.
Let's open this can of worms.
Because
in a Marxist sense, we're a very bigger, gayer version of it, but we're not Marxist by any means. We're cultural Marxist, but
I wouldn't even say we're cultural Marxist. There's nothing that Marx has to do with our modern culture.
There's no such thing as cultural.
It's like Frankfurt School shit. Which you want to hear the funniest bit of irony? The entire what's it called? Critical theory. It actually comes out of Giovanni Gentile. It comes out of fascism. So all your critical theory stuff is a fascist idea. I'm not even kidding. What happened was Giovanni Gentile wrote about critical theory and how identities are constructed. And then Gramsci got his hands on it and then was like, well, this is actually pretty good. And then the Frankfurt School bastardized the fuck out of it. And then basically U.S. internal intelligence used it to infiltrate the Communist Party in the U.S. and get them focused off of class relations and onto intersectionality, which is basically how the American state bastardized the left in America.
It's champagne socialist.
Well, yeah, but it's not really a Marxian thing. That's the thing. Its origins are
Fabian socialism.
What?
Fabian socialism.
It's not even Fabian. It's genuinely just the entire critical theory and identity politics comes from liberalism and a really bastardized idea that's found within fascism. Really bastardized.
Extremely bastardized.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. So it has nothing to do with Marx.
Get Bumpkin started.
Don't get socialism bad. Is socialism
so bad? I'm really hoping that the guy who's German that's here in the chat is not the guy that I see. It's not this one. I'm gonna share this real quick, Bumpkin. I would like for you to see this. I'm hoping that it's not. Actually, no. I just want to share my screen. I want to show you guys this because it is a German fellow that we have in the chat. Correct?
I believe so. His name is Vice.
Suspected German. Suspected German.
All right. I'm hoping it's not this guy. Can you share my screen, please?
Was that Rosie O'Donnell? Oh my goodness. What the fuck is this?
Bro, what?
What the fuck?
Peak German male.
That's German. That's in Germany.
Oh my
That's a
God.
Oh, Germany, no! Oh my goodness, look what we've done! Turn back the boats. Turn back the boats. Kill Eisenhower now.
So
That's what we
wing.
need.
Okay,
That's
so
why we need to rename hamburgers to freedom sandwiches.
get this: left-wing politician in Germany, Alexandra.
You insult me.
I'm telling you the truth. That's clear as day.
Build. What the fuck?
That's a left-wing.
So we have another.
Germany.
We have
Yeah.
another
That-
person
That is
wants to pop up
a
on the
Semitic build if I have ever seen.
Let's
That
hope
is
this
Semitic
goes
build,
well.
wow.
Let's hope this goes well.
Who is
Good
this?
character
Who is it?
build.
It's a Roman nose, and probably got a nose job too.
Who the fuck is this?
Overlay.
Who is this?
You're about to have. I was about to say you about to have a fat
Bring her
dick
up,
on your
bring her back
screen.
up. Bring her back up. Who was that? I think I recognize that person.
Hold on. I gotta do.
Yeah,
an
but I
overlay
mean,
because they're
precautions, please.
They're being very fucking. Oh, that's not the right overlay. It's being very fucking.
Next.
hey, what's up? What's up, man? Talk.
Yo, Bumpkin, what's up? It's Smarty.
Who?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're not gonna porn bomb. You're good.
Who is it?
You're good. It's
Porn
Marty.
bombs anyway.
Porn bombs anyway.
That would
yeah.
be fun. Actually, that'd be kind of funny.
That'd be great.
Please don't.
Please don't though.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry.
Straight one. Unless it's straight, like hetero, all the way.
Sure.
It's hetero, but it's fat bitches.
But is socialism bad?
I could live with that. I mean, I could live with that.
Is socialism bad?
Socialism.
What kind of socialism?
Socialism period. Is it bad?
Spurg socialism. How about that? Let's go with
Spurg
that.
socialism? So national socialism? No, that's great.
Hey yo.
I think it's kind of retarded,
But is America
right line economically, so I would agree with it. You know,
so is America a socialist country? No.
no.
We
Should it
lack the availability to do that. We care
Is a
too much about.
can you really call it a nation state or a country if it's not socialist?
Can you really even
Or-
call this country a fucking country at this fucking point?
It's more of an economic zone because if you don't have some form of socialism, you don't have a nation state. You don't have a collective of people working together.
It's a giant
tribe.
it's a giant plantation.
True.
Damn, we all slaves, nigga.
We are.
Yeah, that is true.
No, literally, think about it. You pay
Ah,
you
shit.
work majority of the week
Andre.
to fucking pay taxes that
Excuse
are
me,
getting
sir,
shipped
I work
over
all
to
week.
foreign countries. That way they have a better life than you do.
You get the
So by
majority of it. I work all
technicality,
week.
we are all slaves.
That's funny.
I can say the word too now.
Right.
Shit, fucking
We yeah, almost. Yeah, we lack any sort of like national cohesion as well. Like it used to be if you said I'm American, that actually tied you in with other Americans. But now it's like, the difference between someone from like New York and New Orleans is too vast to even quantify, really.
I'm actually 1/16 Irish, and
I'm
that's
actually
a thing.
1/16 Yankee.
That's also a thing. Way
I happen to be
Europeans can tell-
1% Jewish on the.
Yeah, that one. When we talk about immigration,
We
that
know
1%
about that.
is working overtime.
Yes, cool. Yeah, yeah.
fucking-
Hell yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's just fucking pushing. Yeah, when you're advocating for more funding.
That fucking one, that
Country.
1% is
Yeah.
fucking pushing 99%. Boy,
When
God.
when you said GDP, I'm
No,
like, what the
like,
fuck?
oh, can
Am I
we
a
get an oy
temple?
vey?
Like,
Can
what
we
am I
get-
at the bank?
Can we get an oy vey, Jay? Oy vey. Oh, God.
Oy vey, goyim.
Oh, my God.
Hey, that 1% is working overtime. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying.
But
Right.
it's like that's another thing that Europeans can tell that you're
Do we
Americans when you
have-
start
do we
listing off
have-
percentages.
hold on. Before I even ask this next question, do we have any capitalists on the panel?
When you say capitalist, you mean like you believe in capitalism at all costs.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold on, because you got to define that. That's why. Because technically, we are all capitalists because we operate within the system.
I have an answer. I have an answer.
Before we get into this,
I'm a Keynesian economic.
Have food and Marvel movie. Let's go. America have food and Marvel movie. Let's go, dude.
Yes, it's really. Yeah, right. That's all America
I'm
has at this
for
point.
pure free trade, no government involvement.
Did you say capitalism?
Capitalism got you that done.
So we're talking about right, free trade. We're talking about free trade on all levels, right? Both for small business and for mega international corporations. That's what we're talking about. Laissez-faire, yes. Less government intervention into these areas.
I have a real question.
To some degree, yes.
Could we use more political violence?
Yes.
Very funny, very funny. No, for everyone listening, especially for all you government types out there, I disavow violence completely. But Pumpkin, to answer your question, I think that having on like a community level, having free enterprise, like the ability to for example, set up like a shop or something, that's important. But whenever you have free trade on all levels, and this is no longer conducive to benefiting the population, that's only conducive to benefiting those who directly own or have stake in that business, and for foreign interests as well, because remember they like to go to places where they can pay workers like 30 cents an hour, and we're 30 cents a day really, and you have to really consider this, that do Americans really need to be competing with these people? It's like, hey, here's Pajit, he's willing to work 80 hours a week for $20 a week. You need to compete with them. It's like, not really.
You
no.
that whole
like,
fucking argument, dude. You should have came back.
We
an hour ago, bro.
we don't need to be. Like, listen, we don't need to be competing with these people. Like, these people do not need access to like the Western market. Like, they need access to their little like fucking Middle Eastern bazaar with their cockroaches on sticks. Like, that's where they belong, bro. They don't belong in the West.
Agreed, 100%.
Agreed. So I think we do have a few semi-capitalists, Jay and John. So I just don't want to stack the entire panel against Jay.
That's what I'm saying. When you say, can you define capitalist? Because when I hear capitalist in the connotation that we've talked about, it sounds like you mean crony capitalism, or like capital. You believing in capitalism at all costs.
No, I'm a true free market believer.
I, for one, am libertarian.
Fedora tip, thank you. What we have is cronyism. We don't have true free market enterprise.
Okay, I
honestly would say this we have more so as cronyism. Yeah, I would agree with him on that. Actually,
all capitalism.
I don't believe in being crony capitalists.
Capitalism necessarily leads to cronyism. That's how it works. It's how markets can.
Well, yeah, I agree with that actually. So Jay, if I could just ask you this question, when do you think if any point in time in the history of America where America was like as your ideal in terms of a functional capitalist system, do you have like a time and date for us, or do you think it's always been fun?
I have a time and date. No, I don't think I have a time and date.
Federal Reserve Act, 1913.
All right, I'm gonna come up there and keep the peace in Canada. You keep interrupting.
There was some discussion like the Federal Reserve. How do you feel about the Federal Reserve, John?
If I say my true opinion,
I might get this entire channel banned off of YouTube.
Real quick, everybody here is against capitalism, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
For the most part, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I like being a contrarian, but I'm really trying to sell being a contrarian a little bit today. So just
buying against capitalism. You don't plan on just buying shit and engaging in the market, right? Well, yeah, but we all live in this environment. Is my point. We live in the environment that we
capitalism.
Yeah, buying and selling is not.
But you have to live within the capitalist environment. Is my point.
You can live in the environment.
Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's like the fucking boomer capitalist meme. It's like, well, you like socialism, but you have iPhone.
Jay, do you know what fundamental capitalism is?
Enlighten me. Act like I don't, because I don't want to play this game. Go ahead. We've been playing it all night. It's tiring. Go ahead.
Well, they tell you that it's owning the means of production, but in all actuality, it's using finance to buy shares in a company, and you buying influence.
Okay.
The definition
That's
of a
it.
company's
That's it.
goal, established by the Dodge brothers in the lawsuit between Dodge and Ford, who the Dodge brothers are actually a bit Yiddish, and their original logo had a step
Who would win, the original Dodge Brothers logo or the original Volkswagen logo?
Well, no, the thing is that it's they established Ford was trying to say that the point of a company was to establish a better life for its employees, while the Dodge brothers disagreed because they own stocks in Ford. That the point of a company is to provide profit for its shareholders. Now, the thing is that we get that kind of point. It's like, yeah, we live in a capitalist society, whatever kind of capitalist version it is, but that doesn't mean that we have to agree with it. Yes, I have a job. Yes, I buy shit. Yes, I sell and barter
You don't
stuff.
agree with it, but you engage in it. You engage in private prop.
Well, if you don't
acquiring
engage
private
in
profit
it, you
and engage in
die.
target
That's kind of
trade.
the whole point of a system of
That's what I'm
economics.
saying. Well, then how are you? Okay, well then what's?
That means that you're not a
Where's the
capitalist.
resistance? You just don't agree with it, but you'll do it anyways.
So Jake,
Well,
Because
I'm gonna share my. I'm gonna share
suggest that I
my.
do otherwise.
That's not necessarily what I would call a valid argument.
That's not really necessarily
Like
a
I
valid
said, it's the
argument
boomer
for a number
meme.
of
It's
reasons.
like the boomer meme.
All right,
But
we're gonna
yeah,
let.
and
Okay,
any-
Dante hasn't talked much. We're gonna let Dante roll.
All right. So basically, the reason that I don't really think that's a very good argument is, again, you can disagree with the system and still have to engage in it for means of survival. Like if I just decide today that, hey,
True.
you know what? Fuck my job. I don't want to work because I don't support this. Number one, being anti-capitalist does not mean you're anti-work, right? I'm fine with work. I think people should work. I think people need to work. That's how you get anything done, right? The problem is how production is organized, right? That's the fundamental issue. But besides all that, let's just say I were to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to work anymore. I'm just going to quit my job. I'm not going to buy anything. Well, I'll last about 2 weeks maybe, and then I'll die. So it's like, okay, what are my options? My options are either death or, I have to find work and buy shit, okay, to survive. So it's like, okay, well, what can I do to push forward my agenda politically, whatever that is? Let's say it's anti-capitalist. Let's just say I'm a massive anti-capitalist here. Okay, so I can organize in politics. I can try to get involved with various different movements that are anti-capitalist and see if we can do something. That's why you do politics. You have some sort of political end, some sort of personal or group end, and then you find other people that have a like end, and then you organize, and that's why you do politics. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah,
And, kind of to steal on that point, Jay, I will say to you, you have the appearance of someone who's worked an honest day in your life, so I'm sure that you're familiar with unions and stuff like that. It used to be that unions were a very good way to kind of hold capital accountable, hold it in check, and to provide higher wages and higher for the worker, for the employee. There's a lot of criticism to be made for unions, especially American ones, but neither here nor there. However, and this is where we see the interest of capital completely not aligning with the interest of the American worker. Offshoring would be one, sending jobs to, as I mentioned, places where they can pay people literally pennies on the dollar, whereas in America they have to pay them like a fair living wage, right? So if you have capital doing this, then who's getting left behind? The American worker is who's being left behind. So I think capitalism is good insofar as it's able to be held accountable, such to provide the worker with a decent standard of living. Not everyone has to be a millionaire, but you shouldn't have a job and not be able to support a family. That's very contrary to the interest of, I guess we call it the American dream, which is dead now because of capital.
I think you should pull yourself up by your bootstraps first. Go ahead.
I mean,
my bootstraps.
I think the biggest issue is finance necessarily. I don't necessarily think it's capital. I think it's the intermingling of finance and influence.
The Federal Reserve.
I just loved when we had the argument. I just love when we had the generational gap argument, and I was literally told by someone in my generation, well, if you brown paper bag it every day, you'll be able to retire. And, if you go to a bank and you don't have these skills, say, I'll work for you for free. And then they'll see your skill and they'll just give you a job. I was shocked when I heard that motherfucker was a millennial. I was shocked.
Because back then they could work for $2.50 a fucking hour.
Well, no, this was someone his age. He said.
No. This is someone around my age group. There's.
Oh yeah,
Audrey was there. Both of you were there.
Then they are a fucking
most
idiot.
of you were probably there. In fact, I think Panfusa was there. I was shocked. I was shocked when I heard that. It was like I was like, bro, like I have to work a second job, I have a side hustle so I can afford it. Well, no, it's your lifestyle. Look at your means. I'm like, yep, because it's my lifestyle. Me taking my girl to go get a sushi is what's causing us to have to work extra hours and for both of us to have side hustles. Has nothing to do with inflation, has nothing to do with rising insurance premiums, has nothing to do with the fact that interest rates are out the ass. Has nothing to do with any of that. Has nothing to do with
Damn
Social
straight.
Security going insolvent by 2033. Has nothing to do with it. It's because I want avocado toast. That's why I'm not going to have. That's why I won't have.
I mean, to be fair, avocado toast is a needless luxury.
It really is needless. It's not even that good. That
hey, health is wealth, my man. Health is wealth.
It doesn't taste bad, but it's something I would pay good money for. Like I would not pay $4 for 2 slices.
Yeah, that's like the stereotypically like overrated, item. Like avocado's good.
To
Just
be
avocado
fair.
toast, it's rip off, bro.
To be fair, there are some people who buy useless fucking shit when it's not in their own means. Trust me, my own family's a fucking example of it, which is why I don't fucking live with them anymore.
As someone who just landed a job, really good job.
Well, that's the thing is that a lot of people, like a lot of the older people, I work with a lot of fucking old people because majority of the people in my industry are older. They lived during an economy that was fucking great. You could live off a fucking paper bagger fucking wage and be able to retire because the standing of living was lower. There wasn't such high inflation rates. Everything was cheaper because we established an American industry within our country, but we don't have that anymore. And these boomers don't understand that. And it's And the thing is that guy who said that either never actually had a fucking job, lives with his parents, or lives off the fucking mommy and daddy money, or inherited a fucking trust bond kind of shit. Like that the people who are like millennial and Gen Z, so around my age and older, and say that, they're most likely living with their fucking grandparents and living off of the fucking money that they give them, because I have never.
I think you're speaking about somebody. Being very specific.
Would it be someone that I know, Andre?
It's something that we all.
Am I speaking on someone?
Yes, you are. Someone that you hated very much so. Someone you
yeah.
Let's leave the
His name start with a K?
in
His
the
name start with a K?
It started with a K. It started with a Z. Ends with K.
Oh yeah. No, I know who you. No, I fucking hate it. No,
we're not talking about Klein.
Man, look. Just because somebody wants to shack up with their grandma and fucking
public marriage
like write them off on taxes, don't mean they're a bad person.
You're not even doing that. That's not.
All right.
Whatever.
All right.
We're not talking about that person.
Yeah.
Okay, so unless someone brings up another topic, I think it's time that I drop the poll, the final you poll in the chat to see who won tonight overall, and then end the stream.
Damn, somebody bring up some fire shit. Come on now.
I did Star Troopers. I did my part. All right. Somebody else is gonna have to drop a banger part and bring a banger topic.
Jay,
I mean, being Christian should not be a requirement to hold.
Hey,
office
whoa!
I almost fell up my chair.
Hold on, what?
That was not because of me. Were you leaning back? Were you leaning back?
I was rocking back and forth.
I was saying being Christian should not be a requirement to hold office in the United States.
Yes, it should be.
I actually agree with Jay.
Let's go.
Jay. There you go. I agree with
Is it a requirement?
It's not.
No, it's not. But okay, it's not a legal requirement. But there's more of like a social mores that you should.
Okay.
It's expected of you to be a Christian when you become a head of office, or even be married, or even
in a lot of places.
Let me just ask the question straight out. Right? Should it be a requirement within the United States to hold office? You must be a Christian.
No.
Complete. You know what it should be? It should have a marriage impact and not have a divorce.
Everybody who's non-Christian says no.
Yeah.
Well, no. Here's
no,
exactly.
No.
Hold on. Now.
She's. Hey, I'll go grab mine, motherfucker. But the idea behind it is that I understand why majority of people, it's literally people, honestly, who were Catholic and voted for Trump in 2016, voted for fucking Biden because he was Catholic himself. It's a very thing that religion holds society together. It's very important. And for, people like Rockwell, fucking Benito Mussolini, all these great leaders who did shit, like a lot of them were honestly atheists. Or atheistic in
I
beliefs.
just feel like Protestants should be banned from office. I'm gonna be real.
Was Obama a Christian?
Protestants should just be
He
banned from
was a
office.
non-denominational Christian. Yes,
He was
but
a
the
Christian.
thing
So he
is
was.
that to go against you, Orpho, is that this is a very large, still today, a Protestant nation. This nation was founded on a
As
Protestant
much as
identity.
I dislike Catholicism, I would rather live under Catholics than Protestantism. This
Oh,
I
wait,
would rather not. I
wait,
look at
Bumpkin.
Catholic countries and then look
Yeah.
at fucking Protestant countries. Protestant countries work better. They have a higher fucking economy.
Real
They have a
quick,
better
check DMs.
produce more gay butt sex.
Well, that's because they lived in their communism, but it's in fucking liberal
What?
democracies. But the thing is, if you find very large
Russia
Protestant
and China are the two largest communist countries, and they fundamentally oppose homosexuality.
yes, whatever.
Don't make me argue on behalf of communists.
Protestantism isn't the confounding idea that came from that. No,
Protestants are gay. All right, let's just do that.
no, fuck you, fuck you,
Protestants
goddamn
aren't gay.
calf
You're not even a Protestant anymore.
I'm talking
You're not even a
I'm
Protestant.
talking to calf cucks and
No,
orthodox.
how am I
Okay, so
Catholic?
shut the fuck
Listen,
up.
here's the thing. Catholicism.
Well, for me, I'm a secularist myself.
I'm fucking also true. I'm a
Currently,
pagan.
I don't
I'm not even
think they need
fucking
to
in the
be
conversation.
Christian because I don't
You're
think
cutting out a little bit, bro.
ideals.
You were
You're
cutting out.
Borging.
I don't think that America is
God has deemed
necessarily
this
Christian to
Okay,
ideals of
here we
America.
go. Another
Bro,
one
you're
entering
Borging.
the panel. Entering
What's fucked
the
up?
gladiator zone.
Holy
Here
frick,
we
ladies
go.
and gentlemen.
Who's that?
Topic
What's up?
is
Hey, gang.
That's me.
Minders.
That's Mindrend. Remember me?
Yo,
Yeah.
Mind Red,
holy
let's go.
Alright, cool.
What's up,
So,
man?
is my microphone better now?
Oh, it's over, dude. Yeah, this stream's 4 hours
We got
long.
Mind Red in
It's
here.
done.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
no, I
all
don't.
right.
You know.
Wait, y'all know him?
Yeah, hell yeah, we
Yeah, I
know.
know.
Yeah.
I know
This
him.
guy's
course.
based.
I was the
Of
guy who
course.
red pilled him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's
You
based.
red pilled me.
What the
I was.
fuck? Holy
You
shit.
did not red pill me, Pampers. That's a
I
lie.
was the leading cause for it. Okay, fuck you.
No, I was red pilled before I even met Hazel, much less you, bro. Like,
No,
what
the fuck you were not. No, the fuck you were not. You're talking about
All
libertarian
right. You
space
can beat
aliens.
each other off in the back
Oh,
when we're
no,
done.
no,
All right,
no.
come on, let's go.
Boy,
I'll
the
get the
boys
list.
really be slurping.
Oh, Jesus.
But the thing is that it's understandable that a president would want to appeal to the majority of people who are Protestant still. But I don't believe it should be a requirement. No, I think that it should. But then again, you think about, well, democracy. Majority of people are voting off of fucking feelings. And he's a great guy. He's a great guy, but his policies are fucking horrible. If it was a Catholic and he was in the Catholic Church and all that kind of stuff, or he was Orthodox and he was in the Orthodox Church, but he's horrible fucking policies, people will still fucking vote for him because he's Orthodox or he's Catholic. But I think that it's not necessarily a requirement, and especially in the society that we live today, religion is not as much as a big importance anymore, as more as a even though it should be. It's more, we live in a society to where it's not a everyday kind of like importance. As an American who used to be Protestant, I would rather have a Protestant fucking leader who has a good policy than per se someone who is a part of based religion who has a shitty policy. But even vice versa, you know, I don't, if this guy, unless they're a Satanist, then no.
Yes, Satanists are homosexuals.
If you believe in a religion that fundamentally believes that
True.
you should be evil, then no. Fuck no.
Well, Satanism.
What about
isn't
a
about
Muslim
being
in
evil.
office?
No.
Well, Satanism
I thought we
isn't
already
even
had
about
one.
being. Satanism isn't even
Oh, yeah,
about
that's
being
good.
evil. It's about being contrarian. It's about being a fucking natural faggot.
Yeah. But like anything non-Western, no.
And John
No,
Vance,
whatever.
the question was hold office, not necessarily president. So we do have Muslims who are in office, actually.
And that's the problem.
Oh,
This is
okay.
where our country's going
This
down.
is
Well,
the problem.
some would say
This
Barack
is-
Obama was a Muslim. Barack
But I wasn't
Hussein.
referring to.
You're Canadian. I swear to God, I will fall out one intro you if you interrupt again.
Hold on, Dante wanted to speak. And he was getting talked over.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I just said that the whole. I was kind of saying it half-heartedly, jokingly, when someone said having a couple Muslim representatives is the problem. I was like, yes, this is the problem. This is where we fucked up. This is all of our issues. We have a couple Muslims. All jokes aside, though, I don't really care. If someone's religion is whatever, right? I think you should be able to be elected into office based off of your merit, more or less. I don't really care if you're a Muslim or if you're an atheist or if you're a Christian. As long as you do your job and you do it well, that's all I really care about.
Agreed. Yeah.
What happens if they're gay?
We've had gay politicians.
Even fucking worse. Jesus.
That's Joe.
Oh, listen. You name it.
We just
it,
got trannies in office right now.
Exactly.
America.
You name it, we've had it.
It's Jover. The West has fallen. Billions will die.
First Muslim president when? Normalized 9/11?
I mean, you could argue we had the first Muslim president. You could argue it. But
you could argue, yes.
What, you mean Barack Obama? Is that you're referring to?
You could argue that, but
Muslim
that
and
was
gay.
Up in the air. So
yeah, you didn't know that Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama, is actually a male?
Yeah, it's Michael.
No, I just think that she's over.
No, I'm talking about the Muslim part.
Yeah,
not the Big Mike part.
I don't think she's a fucking man. I just think that she's a representation of very
Next stream topic. Is Barack Obama's wife a man?
Who the fuck is crunching away like
someone's
obscenely?
like fucking what is it? No
yeah. For whoever's crunching away, please mute. Please mute up.
Yeah, who's doing that?
It wasn't me.
It's not
It's
me.
actually very distracting. Thank you.
Are you beating off your keyboard? What's going on, dude?
He's playing League.
Somebody's doing something.
League of Legends.
Oh
He's
no, it's
role-playing
probably
on
it's
Roblox.
probably fucking Muslim guy, dude. It's like, look at the fucking chat, Jesus.
But I mean, I don't see. I mean, for the fours, did the four having Christians as holding office? Did you guys get a chance to speak your point? Because I heard most of the againsts. No?
I think everyone spoke their point, Jay.
Yeah, I really don't care. I would prefer a Christian. I'm gonna vote for Christian.
Preference is good. Preference is fine. I'm just
Nothing wrong with preference. It's just,
yeah.
I don't think it should be a requirement though, especially since I mean, because first off, you're contradicting the First Amendment to begin with.
Yeah, agreed. And also, a lot of the founding fathers, whether a lot of people like to admit it or not, weren't really Christian. Like,
yeah,
there are plenty of founding fathers who weren't. So
there were deists.
Freemasons.
A lot of them
Well,
were.
it's like, they were fucking in that circle of group of people, but it's like they pretended. And that's the thing, is like a lot of people pretend to be religious just because the majority of the people there were, religious. And so that like it's a power struggle. It always is. It's who can appeal to the people more.
I have a question for the panel.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, I think we need a flat Earth president.
Let's go. What's your question, Jay?
All right. No. Fuck no. No. My question is this:
Get the petition out now. Get the petition out now.
Should the U.S. get involved if Russia expands past Ukraine?
Why?
No.
We don't. No, hell no. No one here agrees. Nobody here cares. Let Russia do whatever they want. I don't care. Fuck it.
Eternal.
So, were you paid by Putin to say that?
Let's go.
I wish.
Yes,
What
yes,
the
that was
fuck? I
paid by
wish.
Putin. Yes. Putin is
I
great.
wish.
You're a Canuck.
Привет, комбат.
Sit your ass down. You will become an American.
Чики-брики, танки, слава Россия.
I love Russia. I have been paid by Putin to say this.
I am a Putinite. I'm a part of Z. I've been in Wagner. I actually was at Mariupol. My actual name is not Panfuza. It's Nikolai Roznosov.
Let's go.
Yeah, my name is Slobodan. How you doing?
Slobodan.
Well, sure, Bumpkin, you're the host. Is there anything else provocative that you want to lurch at the panel? Because I can't really
think of anything, man, to be honest with you.
The cost was real. How about that?
Was it?
Is
No,
that
we
provocative
can't.
enough?
We can't.
Yes, it was
Provocative
real.
enough?
Yes, it was.
That's a Rumble stream. That is a big
That's a
Rumble.
Oh, we already had that. We had that Rumble stream actually. we already had
We're
that.
gonna do it again.
Hey, is that bitch up? We need to get that shit down right now.
All right.
I had to ask CT if you guys really want it down. I have to ask CT.
Is the I got a question. I got a question for the panel. Is Israel a legitimate state?
No. Of course it is.
You should no longer be.
Yeah, of course we love Israel. You
You know what? Do
Shalom
y'all
Shabbat,
do y'all support a two-state solution? A one-state
No.
solution?
Of course.
I support a zero-state solution.
Are you with me? Or the no-state solution? The
And
parking
no
lot
state solution.
And the
Just
solution
nuke
will
the
Parking
border.
lot solution. The parking
and
lot solution.
the solution will be final, and that's all there is.
Yeah, I support a one-state solution. I want Russia to take it all over. Okay.
We should make it a big parking lot and make Jerusalem just into a really big fucking
Turn it
Walmart.
into a glass factory. Nothing would be lost.
Oh, fuck that place.
You know what? You know
I
why
think we'll
Russia will
fuck
never
it.
be the one who takes care of it, because we're never going to leave the Middle East. Sad to say, we're just not going to. We're just not going to leave.
We should just make all of the Middle East.
Who's
the
ready for
51st state.
war in Iran? You guys ready? I'm gonna be your NCO. Let's go. Let's do it.
I mean,
Rock the Casbah.
that's part of the Andre. I wish you were here the other night. That's part of the reason why we were arguing this. That I don't think that we're going to bother annexing. We might buy Greenland, maybe buy Panama. I think if anything, Panama should be the priority for us to secure.
Yeah.
But I just think we're not going to do anything militarily, because we're gonna end up in war with Iran before that happens.
Yeah, we're gonna be in a war with Iran. I'm really.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we're going to be in war with China.
No, that's gonna happen in our lifetime, but no, not when we're
No,
age.
it's gonna because you know what? Because Israel just keeps one fuck around. And they
Yeah, the
keep on
shit with
wanting to find
Syria, that was like
Exactly.
that is a clear. A war from Iran is next. Syria's gone. I mean, who's next, bro? Iran. Once we, dude, this shit's disgusting just thinking about it. It's right on the. It's next. It's
because
next.
Iran's a linchpin to everything that's going on in the Middle East right now.
Yeah.
Iran's a linchpin. They fund everyone.
Oh,
I'm gonna
my
be real.
goodness.
I think this is gonna lead to some either quasi World War III or World War III. I'm gonna be real.
No, I don't see it going that far. I see it. It's gonna have such of a big problem here at home that even if World War III were to pop off, like America's not gonna be involved. We're gonna have so much.
You think America's gonna go the way of the Russian Empire? Because that's what I've been saying for years.
No, I don't think
That'd be kind of funny if it did.
No, I legitimately,
right?
I shared a meme with Jay that was showing the correlation of American history with Russian history, and I have been saying for years that I think that America is going to start out in World War III, and because of our domestic problems, either have a revolution or have some social issue to where we can no longer fight that war.
See, there's a key inhibitory factor here. See, nothing ever happens. That's what you got to understand.
It's true.
Nothing ever happens
As a
until
Pole
something
Tarn, I
does
agree.
happen.
I can't wait to see it's happening. General on poll today. Nothing's happening, obviously.
Consult the chart.
But yeah, I think war for Iran is on the table. China, that's a little bit further. Our children will be fighting that. I'll be honest. It's just a necessary war that's going to happen. I don't think it's avoidable. It's inevitable. As long as Taiwan, as long as we have an alliance with Taiwan, until we sever the ties with Taiwan, we're going to be at war with. But even with that, even if we do that, it still is going to be control over the Pacific.
Well, the thing is, like, Russia, Russia's gonna get involved if we invade Iran, because they're helping their war machine.
Yeah.
You also, and you guys forgot that back in October of last year, October of 23, Russia and Iran signed a comprehensive defense agreement.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yes.
And isn't China also signing a defense agreement with Russia?
They have not done so formally, but keep in mind.
It was North Korea. It was North Korea.
With North Korea, yes, but they're both part of the SCO, though, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So technically speaking, because they're all part of that organization, they could, in theory, come to each other's aid militarily. Will they? We don't know, but they could legally by the statutes of the SCO. So.
Yeah, very, very scary times, but I do see we'll probably, and it's going to be underneath Trump, I think.
God, man. Iran's going to be such a fucking bloodbath.
It is. It's terrible, dude.
It's the graveyard of empires. It's going to be the graveyard of our planet this time.
I don't think it's going to get that hot, but I do think it's going to be Vietnam and Afghanistan times 10.
I mean, silver
the
lining.
The real question is, will there be nukes?
No, I don't think. I would say maybe tactically, something that's going to affect maybe the region, but no, we're not talking about a whole total mad situation. You know, we're not gonna-
But you will face an enemy that will have hypersonic missiles, and we do not.
Yes, we don't. Yeah. So think about what's going to happen in the Pacific. If the
We
Chinese
we
get
we
involved.
we definitely have to ally with India, because if we let the Chinese get a hold of all those high class
Oh, man.
engineers,
Oh,
bro,
fuck!
oh
We were
my
just having
god.
such a nice, serious discussion finally, and here we go.
Yeah, but no, like just imagine that pool of just genius engineers just sitting over that.
No,
Actually, you know what?
fuck
You know what?
that.
I'll
No.
listen. If you want to flip that, actually, you know what though? It would at the very least would prevent Pakistan from getting involved, because they'd have India right on their
What
doorstep.
the fuck
so
does Pakistan
wouldn't.
have other than like
Because
smelling
Pakistan,
Indians?
because
Don't they have
Pakistan
the
would allow
smiling Buddha?
Pakistan would
They have
allow
nukes.
insurgents to flee into their borders when we were occupying Afghanistan. Pakistan would allow that. So I mean,
That now, no. Here's the thing: like Pakistan's not going to get involved because after all of that, the Taliban and them are on the verge of war.
Yeah.
which okay, and you know what though? You know what? When someone asks the nuclear question, you could see that actually, because if it gets ugly enough, Pakistan is a nuclear nation.
This is a nuclear nation.
I just want to
They are
say,
nuclear nation.
it will be a ecological disaster if Pakistan and India nuke each other, not because
Dude.
of the fallout, but because of the fucking poo spread.
I mean, imagine the smell, dude. This thing is
like,
horrible.
it's funny, but I'm not joking. Like, have y'all seen the ecological damage that the shit coming off the coast of India is causing? Like the literal shit.
That's
yeah,
true.
it's mostly
Like-
plastics because shit
But-
is biodegradable. But yeah,
But
we
Jay, don't we need these people in the White House? Kash Patel, Vivek. You still want Vivek to run in 2028, don't you?
I would love a Vivek reign.
Oh
I would
my
love if he did.
goodness, this is horrible.
I don't hate Vivek, man. Honestly, like I just don't. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
he
have
wouldn't
hatred
be
for it.
very. He wouldn't be a very good symbol for the United States. See, what we need is a strong Christian white man. Okay, honestly.
No
I
Indians.
don't have a problem with that. Well, okay, well, what about Vivek as vice president then, as VP?
No.
Maybe. I mean,
No.
probably not, but maybe. Okay.
No. We already got Vance, and he's
Speaker of the House?
Fucking Speaker of the House, my ass.
Nah.
No. Hell no. Nothing.
He can poo in the loo. When they can poo in the loo, then he can be Speaker of the House.
Yes, when they can civilize themselves, then yes, we can bring them into the White House, right? We can do that.
Jay, why do you want to import a population where like 60% of their households don't even have toilets?
Because
And
the
this-
segment of the
and this-
population
this-
we're importing are actually educated and have money.
Well, this
That's
ain't
serious about that.
and this ain't Japan or China where they have like weird toilets. They have no toilets.
They have nothing. They shit on the ground like animals. It's disgusting. It's not. They're not meant for this nation. They shit on the floor in their own homes. We don't do that over here. Crackheads and fat women do that. We don't do that here. That's it. It's the only people we allow to do that. And retards. That's it.
Okay, no more topics.
Let's continue with the Indian shit.
Oh my
You want
god.
to continue with the Indian shit?
We're gonna go back. I guess we'll circle back around.
No, just
You know what? It'll be. You know what? India's gonna fucking send a dirty bomb over here. Except it's not gonna be nuclear material.
it's-
Oh shit, Bob! Yeah, you smell.
It's not gonna be nuclear material.
They're gonna be like, we do have toilet. Guess what? Boom.
You know what, man? Just for that,
No,
y'all,
but-
I left some
They're gonna
garlic
send a
naan in the
steak
fridge.
bomb.
Just for that, I'm gonna have me some garlic naan tonight that I left in the fridge.
Alright.
On a serious note, though, I think that J1 visas should be expanded and H1B visas should be ceased. Okay, I think that's the correct opinion.
All right, everyone in the chat, everyone on panel.
Everyone should
The
vote for
link-
themselves
the
like a
link-
true democracy.
The
Hell
link
yeah.
is dropped. Who won tonight's? Some of you like Mindred or Pistol Partners, what I got you down as, because what the viewership's actually going to see you as. You just got here, bro. So I hate to tell you this, but you're probably not gonna. Yeah, I mean,
We should rig the election for Pistol Partners.
Boo-hoo! 6 billion.
God damn, dude. What the fuck?
What is
Andre Hyper is focusing on fucking voting for himself right now. I see his ass just like.
Hell yeah, bro! You vote for yourself in an election, nigga. What's wrong with you, bro?
Exactly.
It's
Now
like
the
the
question is,
candidate. It's
now
like
the question
the
is, can you
candidate.
go back and vote for yourself again?
It's like the candidate. It's like the candidate who gets no votes. Like, nigga, you didn't even vote for yourself.
That's rough. That's rough.
That's fucking crazy.
I voted
Honestly,
for
man, I
myself.
think-
I do not apologize.
Honestly, I think America could, just solve these problems if we just just annex at least all of North America. You know what I mean? At least let's do that. At least let's do that.
Damn.
No, it's not that.
No. I'm just looking at the. How many times did you vote, Andre? Did you vote more than one time?
Yeah, man, I vote multiple times. Damn shit, we break elections in Africa, nigga.
I was just joking about it, but okay, cool. I guess we're doing sub-Saharan voting tonight. All right, cool. Fuck it.
Did you actually vote multiple times?
If I lag out, I'm changing VPNs. Okay.
I voted for him once, Bumpkin. One of those is me.
I accidentally voted twice.
You did vote twice?
Yeah.
Okay. Grab his ass. Snake his ass.
The wife is in there, bro.
Snake his ass.
That's why I'm glad my girl's quiet when she's off camera.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh.
Yeah, keep it quiet.
Oh my god, we saw the hand again. We saw the hand again.
The hand.
I missed it. Oh my god,
we saw the hand again.
I missed it again. I got attacked. That's what I get for rigging elections.
Dude, we saw the hand out from the abyss, bro. We saw the hand reach out from the abyss.
That's a clip. That's a clip for sure. I can't wait to see that on a certain
Movement Manifest.
I can't wait to see it on Movement Manifest.
Black man abused by his wife.
No, they're gonna do what is it? African rights.
Hand of consequences.
African rights activist Andre abused by his black wife.
Great. As they say, the man is the massa of the household.
It's true.
Is that purple drink again?
No.
Hold up. That's. Am I the only one who thinks it looks purple? Am I the only one who thinks it looks purple?
It's
the camera. It's the camera.
It's the camera that makes it look purple.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying it does look purple though. Just
There's
saying
a purple
it does.
tinge to it for sure.
It does
Okay, all right. And you take one swig and move it away. It's very confusing at times. That's all.
Yeah,
honestly, I have not had purple drink since I've been to Bragg. That's it. I would get that shit.
We need to talk about you niggas fucking voting for yourself multiple times. Panfusa.
I only voted for myself once.
Panfusa he knows what it is. He knows what it's like.
Yeah, Panfusa. 8 votes for Panfusa. My ass, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Come on.
Democracy wins. Democracy wins. So
I'm gonna go
Maduro voting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Panfusa, could you shift some of those votes for me?
Okay, I'm gonna go with the original results.
What does the winner win?
The winner wins
dignity.
Nothing. Thanks for showing up.
Wow.
We'll see. Maybe I'll cash $20. Who knows?
Oh, cool.
Oh shit! You've just incentivized me. I might actually show up next time.
I'm be doing a cash app.
Don't give me nothing. Give it to everybody. Don't give me nothing if I'm a winner.
Well, you are the winner.
No, give it to someone else.
Yeah, give it to me. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, give it to me. I want to.
Well, then I'll go with the second.
No.
Which was Jay.
No.
Oh,
I thought I was tied.
I voted for myself twice. It makes it fair.
No wifing in the club.
I was tied with Jay Bumpkin. I was tied.
Yeah, I don't know. Those results say something else.
Hey.
Well, I only voted once. So I didn't even think that was going to be a.
Yeah, those results are 11 for Orthodox guy. Are you fucking serious right now,
brother? I think you should look again.
Elections.
I think you should look again. I think you should look again.
11 for Orthodox. I can't trust.
Oh, it's changing. Hold on, it's changing. This is
my ethnicity is rigor.
Hey, Weiss, listen. If it's cut with B12, it ain't the real shit. If it's cut with gasoline, then it's the real shit. You're a rookie if you cut it with B12.
All right, Jay, you are the winner. I'm calling it.
Ooh.
There. I obviously need to get a better fucking polling system for next time.
Oh, bro! When I opened up Google and I went in on my Pax Americana account. I just went to see if I could do it, and I'm like, wait a minute! I just started typing numbers, creating just new accounts, be like, boop, boop.
Hey.
All right, chat. We're cooked.
That's what it is, man.
We're cooked. All right.
But that's democracy. It doesn't matter who you vote for, or what you vote for, or voting at all. All that matters is who counts the votes. All right.
That's fair. All right, Jay,
Fine.
you're the winner. Everyone else, last thoughts will go from Andre. Everyone else, then Jay, you'll be the last thoughts. You don't want any last thoughts, Andre?
Oh fuck. Hey, no Indians at all. Get them out. All right, Vivek, you need to go. Cash Patel, pack your bags. You guys are leaving soon. Hopefully, very soon. Even Elon. Elon's going now. Goodbye, Elon. You're getting out.
Elon too.
No more Elon. No, he's proven that he's not loyal to the nation. So get him out.
CEO of Google, CEO of Microsoft.
They all gone. Who's the guy running YouTube now? Yeah, you're gone too. We want
It's
Susan back. All right, at least
It's the
Susan.
same guy running Microsoft, same guy running Google.
Whatever. They're gone. All right, all of them done. Their time.
Got dual citizenship gone.
Dual citizenship. You're done. You're from Israel. Oh, you're so done. It's over. Palestinians,
You
too,
know-
you can pack as well.
You don't get to go back. We have a special shower.
Oh my god.
No, it's YouTube.
Jesus Christ.
There'll be wooden doors. It'll be okay. What the hell, man? It's just a shower.
I know,
Okay.
Biff. I know Susan's dead, but just fuck it. Bring her out the grave and put her in the seat. That's all it is. We'll just say she's the CEO still. Damn, she's
gonna be like this.
Cancer too.
I don't think
crazy.
Susan
Fucking
with
chair.
Jiki's dead. I think that she is like the AI. They took her brain and made it into the algorithm.
All right.
Susan, that's
Mindred, you're next on last thoughts.
Okay. Praise Yakub. He is our father, and we all know this, except you, Andre. You're not Yakub born. Okay. You don't belong here. Okay. This is the Yakub only podcast. I thought that was an agreed upon premise upon Marty inviting me. This is bullshit. Okay.
Wow.
But no, seriously though, actually, I wanna be very clear about this. I think the Jews are the greatest problem in the modern world today. That's all. That's my final thoughts. Continue.
Okay. Dante, you're next.
Jeez, man.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to upend that. That was pretty good. I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna go eat. It's been real. It's been fun. Thanks for having me on.
All right, yeah. Everyone forgive Dante. He new to this. All right, Orthodox
Hey,
guy.
I'm new to this.
White pride worldwide. All right.
Oh my fucking god.
One more thing to say. I have one more thing to say.
Look what you started, dude.
Andre, did you say that to your wife when you woke up this morning?
I did.
new.
I did.
All right.
No, I did the chicken. I did the chicken one. Dude.
Thank you, Andre. I'm gonna bounce you down though.
All right. But
Thank
I
you,
don't know, man.
Mindred. I'm gonna bounce you down now. Thank you, Dante. I'm gonna bounce you down now.
all right.
Orthodox guy, your actual final words.
All right.
Fuck
all
you
right.
too.
Fuck like me. You'll still be second best. Anyway, remember the seriousness that we had. You know, when it comes to inceldom and feminism, it's two same sides of the same Jewish coin. All right, it's it's an equal problem. We have so many problems in this nation. We don't need to import the third world. We should build Americans. We should build our fellow countrymen. We should help each other out. And love you guys. It was actually fun. I'm glad that we didn't wind up arguing because I've gone the pacifist route. All right, that's my focus tree. I've chosen violence this past year. It didn't work out too well. Didn't work out too badly, but it wasn't worth a bunch of bullshit. So let's be peaceful and smoke some fucking weed.
Yeah, bro. All right, thank you, Orthodox guy.
No problem.
Thank you very much. All right, Jay, you are this week's winner.
Woo!
This week's winner.
I guess because Andre didn't
Did
want
you
the
check your cash app?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Appreciate you for
Yes,
sending
so
me.
you can confirm I did send you 20.
Yeah, you did. Bro, I wasn't even expecting anything. I didn't expect there to be a winner. So is this gonna be every week?
This is gonna be an every week thing. Yes.
Oh man. So are you gonna be able to have the funds to be able to be giving people money and prizes and
As
write
we
off the taxes?
grow, hopefully, yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. I guess my final thoughts would be this. Guys, if you like the content, like what you saw, please come on over to Jay's Hot Topics, the YouTube channel. It's also my Rumble, my Twitter. Please come on over, become a follower. Consider doing so. If you like it, I would love to have you over there. I haven't been streaming over the course of the past week. Well, I actually streamed at the beginning of the week, but I'll probably do some streams tomorrow. Actually, we're going to be covering another show. It's going to be a foreign show. We're going to go back to Bugs. Back to Bugs again. We're going to be streaming Kingdom, guys, if you like that. It's zombies in feudal Korea. So I think you guys should come over. You'll enjoy it. One more thing I want to say is I'm not afraid of immigration because I'm gonna find a way to outdo these motherfuckers regardless. I'm good. Trust me. I outwork most of the people here who are Americans or immigrants. I'm not even worried about it. You guys work, 40 hours a week. I work every day. I'm not stressing it. Legal, illegal, I don't give a shit. I could sit on my hands and be good. And you guys could too. Some of you, not all of you. But it's whatever.
All right.
That's
Thank
my
you
final
very
thoughts.
much, Jay.
Thanks,
Very
Bump.
much. Yep. And thank you everyone that tuned in. Everyone, this was an amazing stream. I can't wait for next week with hopefully some better topics. Hopefully something happens so we have better topics. But boom, bada beam. I'm going to end said stream. And if anyone wants to stay in the back chat for a talk, we can always do that as well. But I'm going to end the stream. Peace.
Liftoff, the final liftoff of Atlantis.